Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. Hashtag Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
New studio, same attitude. How you doing, everybody? This is the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. And we are indeed in our new HQ. What a magnificent studio this is. If you've been tuning in on YouTube throughout the day, you've already seen it. If you're just able to jump in now, yeah, this is it. This is great.
This is it, baby.
This is incredible. This is what it looks like. We got the wall wrapped by William Huff. Great colors. I mean, it's much more spacious in this studio and in the whole HQ in general than it was in our old place, which had served its purposes and served them very well for 23 months. But on we go to bigger and better locations. How are you doing, buddy? This is a fun day. Well, at least I'm having fun. Perhaps everybody else is miserable and I'm not even aware of it.
No, I think everybody's doing quite well. This is awesome. This is just a weird day, though, because there's no comfort yet in knowing where your place is here. Even me here, I feel like I'm lost at sea.
Really?
I don't know where I am.
I think your chair is lower than usual. Then again, we can see each other a little more than we could before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember how low my chair was on the very first show we did?
Really
now I always make sure I lift it.
Oddly enough, we did it again. We did it again.
This time it was your chair. I have to say, I feel oddly at ease.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's just this board is stuck on something. I feel oddly at ease. I didn't have any feeling of, not really, of, oh my God, what's it going to be like? Oh no, I'm going to be in a different room. I'll have to do my prep at a different desk. I didn't really feel that way today. I don't know why. I sort of just was like, hey, here we go. We're in the new place. I mean, it helped that I'd been here before.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had just walked into this studio today, never having seen it or been in it or helped move some stuff into it or set up a little bit, and there's still quite a bit of setup to do, obviously, maybe then I would have felt a little off kilter. But I feel fairly at ease. Although I just noticed on YouTube, this monitor is covering up part of your name. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fancy boy.
So yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel very at home in this office almost immediately.
Yeah.
No, I can't promise that I'm going to actually have good shows or all of a sudden become a good broadcaster, but I feel at ease.
I do still feel like just new. There's so many new things, like I didn't know how I was going to heat up my lunch today.
That was a bit of a problem for you.
Yeah, but I figured it out.
Justifiably, because we don't have a microwave yet.
But we have a toaster oven.
So I believe that thing is an air fryer / toaster oven.
I gave it its maiden voyage.
It's a dual purpose item. It looks like a toaster oven.
It did well.
Yeah?
It throws heat. Yeah, it was everything I've wanted and more.
So yeah, that was a good part of your day.
It was great.
Getting the food going.
We were in a new office setting in terms of getting our show prep done. That was actually quite lovely.
Yes.
I don't mind that. And to be honest, it sounds so simple, but the amount of windows in this place compared to HQ1, it's got to be 10 times, if not more.
Significantly more.
And these are actual windows, not, just so you could, have a little bit of light. And these are actually letting in light. Like we are looking out on a street.
Yes.
To which I must say, I wonder, has anybody put in odds as to when we see our first fender bender?
Oh my goodness, Jay.
Right? I mean, there's an intersection right there. It's bound to happen. I don't know when.
Coob's looking for it right now. But it's nice. It's nice to get a better sense of what the weather is like outside.
This is true.
And that is true. Because a lot of people listen to, I still call this the radio. I know it's streaming. But a lot of people listen to talk. Partly, well, what's going on outside? what am I going to experience when I get in my car to go to work or take the kid to practice in the evening or run to the grocery store before supper? Now we're not all of a sudden, but I mean, when we've said this before, if there's a massive thunderstorm or a massive snowstorm,
we'll see it.
We are going to bring it up.
Yes.
Like you have to tell people that.
Oh, of course.
In the context of what we're doing, but it's like, oh my goodness, if there was a massive thunderstorm here in the West End, we'd be like, okay, this is hitting us now. And it usually hits the West End first. So in other parts of Edmonton, you might want to be ready for this.
Good point.
Yeah.
And we are right on the cusp of the West End.
We are.
We are still in Dinner Theater District, though.
Or is this still the Dinner Theater District?
I talked to the people that run dinnertheaterdistrict.org /net. And they have said that, yes, we still lie within Dinner Theater District. So have no fear.
Just me in the nasty chat says number of windows, not amount of windows from the Grammar Police. Yeah, there are different times you used amount or number. I can't remember how you used it. It didn't seem that out of place.
The amount of window, I guess I could say
that would be the number of windows. That would be. I could say the
amount of window coverage.
I guess, yeah.
The amount of coverage by windows.
And we could refer to the height of the window.
We could refer to the height, but we shall not.
Okay.
Hang on. What did I screw up? I said the number of windows, not...
No, you said the amount of windows.
Okay.
I guess that would be the number of windows.
So the amount of wall space taken up by windows is considerably higher. Is that correct?
When to use amount versus number. Amount is used with uncountable nouns, while number is used with countable nouns. So if you were to say...
But I was generalizing.
Right.
So that could be
But
correct.
You could actually count the number of windows in the new HQ.
But I can't count the size difference and the window size difference.
The exact square inches of the windows.
Inches, yeah. So, I don't know. Just me. I don't know.
Fair point, though. We like people who appreciate good grammar and proper usage. All right. So, we're off and running. We're in our new location. We're actually the final show of the day. The final show of the station. Well, that's not true because the golf show is going to be here on Sunday, the VIP golf show. Eventually, Hello Hockey will be in here. Mm-hmm. And our pre- and post-game shows.
Green and Gold kickoff show.
What time is that on Saturday? Noon?
Sure. Yeah, it would be 1 hour before kickoff.
And we're going to find out what special guest is joining you tomorrow.
Yeah.
That person's going to join us on the show.
He's going to call in
from a golf
former
tournament.
player.
Yeah. Oh, he's calling in from a golf tournament.
Yeah.
Well, this is even more exciting. Yeah. All right. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for joining us. Man, oh man, what a great day here at Edmonton Sports Talk. And we're happy you're along for the ride. You can get in touch in a number of different ways. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. I have a couple of limericks written into me already. We may do our own limericks to celebrate the move as well. You can text us, 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. You're listening to us either on iHeartRadio or on TuneIn Radio or maybe on a podcast in the future. Or you're taking us in on YouTube, which does include a video element so you can see the great new look here at the new HQ for Edmonton Sports Talk. If you are on YouTube, first of all, you can chat with us and more often with each other using the chat down the right side of the screen. We call it the Nasty Chat. And give us a thumbs up as well. And if you've already hit that like button, then share the link with somebody else and say, hey, look at these guys. Look at how much they've grown already. Check them out for a little bit. They're having a good time. Give them a thumbs up. We want to get to, pardon me, at least 100 thumbs every possible show. So in honor of the move, I've written some limericks.
Oh, have you?
Yes. Shall I begin with one? I'll space them out over the course of the show. Oh, the music, the band made the move with us.
They're here.
They set up their gear.
Hooray!
A gentleman by the name of Dustin, a boss we all put our trust in. He said, let's move, time to improve. Our workplace must not be a dustbin.
I wrote a couple too.
Oh, nice.
Shall I?
Please share.
Edmonton Sports Talk on the move. Won't take long and we'll be in the groove. Big things are coming. EST will be a running. The Dr. Carpy sure seemed like he had something to prove.
jeez, that's a good one. I'll save my other ones for later on in the show. I did 3.
Okay.
And we're already getting limericks coming in to the email, so we'll read those as we move along as well. Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. How are you, Koob?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited with the move. I got to be on top of my game, though, because things are flipped. The board's on the other side of the table.
Oh,
That would be tough.
It is a little bit tough, and I was even talking to Hernan, and he was saying you got to go through the motions, and it's kind of like learning to write again, I guess. I don't know. Learning to do the job.
What Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey? Just don't tell me.
oh, you didn't see the back?
No. Is that, was that Blount?
No.
Who's number 5 from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
It's an old school jersey, too. I think I got it for $7 at a Goodwill.
Wow. Do you know who it is?
Well, I saw the back of it. Yeah,
What position?
quarterback
Quarterback.
Played for a handful
for
of seasons.
09 to 13, and he was briefly a Montreal Alouette on the practice squad in 2018.
How come I'm drawing
Fun
such a
fact.
blank?
Yeah.
6'6", 240 pounds. First rounder in 2009. 17th overall.
Oh, man.
Quarterback.
Well, the only one I'm thinking was Jamarcus Russell, but
First
that
name
was
Josh.
LA. Why am I not knowing this?
I
This
have
is
no
sad.
idea. Well, he's kind of forgettable.
Who is it?
Josh Freeman.
Josh Freeman.
Yes.
Right.
That's the jersey Koob is pulling out today. And Koob, why do you have that jersey?
Because I found it for $7 at a Goodwill. And I
And you
thought it
just
looked-
thought- he just liked it because it was sports. Okay. Well, fair
Exactly.
enough.
Yep.
Well, hey, you're doing a great job. You're adjusting to some stuff. I get that. You got things in a different place. Your muscle memory tells you one thing. By this time tomorrow, you're going to be fine. It's all going to be squared away. You're going to be doing great. So a few things we're going to talk about today. Elks, Tiger Cats coming up on Saturday. Neither team started the season well. But the Tiger Cats have turned it around. They were 0-2. They're now 5-2. Rick Zamperin, the play-by-play voice for the Tiger Cats Audio Network, is going to hop on the show today. The Prairie Football Conference season starts in, a week and a half? Like next weekend? The Folk Fest weekend.
Yes.
Now, so you played in that league. You were a Wildcat?
I was.
How good were you guys?
We went to the PFC final 2 years. 3 years I played there. 2 of the years we went to the final.
Let me guess. You lost to the Hilltops.
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Steve Belon and Saskatoon Hilltops.
So we're going to have the new head coach of the Edmonton Huskies, Marshall Klein, on the show today, so that'll be fun. The Oil Kings are getting set to name a new head coach. That'll be on Thursday. Well, we got I think a fun Oilers topic to dive into as well today. You probably have seen this story bouncing around, and that is that apparently there was a rather heated, perhaps even profanity-laden exchange between Bryce Harper of the Philadelphia Phillies and the commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, which some reports even saying that Harper told Manfred to get the blank out of our clubhouse because he was bringing up a salary cap, which we will talk about a little bit later on. Of the big 4 leagues in North America, as we call them, baseball is the only one that does not have a salary cap. It has a luxury tax. It does not have a salary cap. So teams basically get taxed, fined, whatever you want to call it, when they go a certain dollar amount over the ceiling. But really, if you have the money, you can just... I don't know if a luxury tax really works, because if you already have the money to spend on that much to spend on players, you're probably not deterred by spending it on a luxury tax. But anyway, and baseball is a sport in which labor tension, I think more than the other leagues, is more ingrained. Like, I remember reading a book called Lords of the Realm. I think it was John Helyar wrote it, and it's probably 20, 30 years old. And it traced the history of, and like in the 1880s, players distrusted owners and wanted more money and didn't think they had a good deal and wanted to buy actual gloves instead of oven mitts to field with and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Directionally.
So, this is all part of that. But we're going to use this as a jumping off point for our off-topic topic. Since presented by William Huff, Bruce was here earlier today. They put up the sign.
That's
They've
awesome.
done a great job with all the wrap. This is called, what do they call it? The wrap?
The wrap, yeah.
The wrap, this all covering the walls with our logos and everything like that. And our sign that was outside the building in the old location is now the first thing you see when you come up the stairs here. It looks great. William Huff, since 1952, providing industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Through unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. We want to know, we want a story about a time you got angry at your boss. Or if you've been the boss, a time that a subordinate, an employee, someone who reports to you, got mad at you. I would think that, again, a lot of this is being reported, but, with Manfred talking to some teams that telling if it came out that blank NHL player told Gary Bettman to get the heck out of our dressing room.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant. I know a lot of fans would probably like to say something like that, but this is, I realize that the Manfred Harper thing isn't an employee-employer relationship per se, but it's definitely a position of respect, that if Harper's doing that, then it's kind of, it is newsworthy. So that's where we're using that as the jumping off point for our off-topic topic. And the way that we're doing it is a time you got angry at your boss or an employee got angry at you if you were the boss. Okay. And apparently this was a back and forth, that Manfred stood his ground. And I've seen numerous stories and I'm just finding it here again. At some point, Harper told Manfred if they were to talk about a salary cap, he could get the F out of the clubhouse.
Now, they were having a scheduled interaction.
Right.
Seated in the clubhouse.
Right.
Of which Harper was hanging on to and gripping a bat the whole time. So let's just say the body language wasn't exactly
that's a good point.
Making a case for a lighthearted conversation. And then he said that because that's what Manfred's doing. Yeah. He's essentially setting the table to say, look, this is coming, whether you're going to deal with it and work with it, or if you and Harper, I think, well, Manfred said what? Back to Harper.
What did he say? I'm trying to find if you have it, go ahead.
Pretty much, no, I will not get the blank out of your out of the clubhouse.
He didn't back down, or he didn't slink away, or he didn't try to ignore it.
I believe at some point Harper said, we're willing to lose 162 games.
Oh, yeah, he said we'll sacrifice a season. That's how strongly they feel about it.
Well, he would be one of the ones that would want to do that because he's getting a lot of money to play baseball.
Right.
Of which would probably be limited if there was a cap situation.
Right.
So this is trying to, take away from the top and I guess decrease that gap between the lowest paid players on the team and the highest paid players. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a strike in baseball.
Imagine if they lost the whole season. What sport would do that? Oh, wait. All right, so that's the off-topic topic. Tell us a story.
Have you ever been in a fight with your boss?
I've disagreed with bosses. I hate to kind of bring this up again. I strongly objected to some things that happened at Ched.
Right.
Within about a year before I wound up leaving.
Right. Some of the decisions that are happening around the shows that you were involved with.
And I expressed that.
Good for you.
Privately.
To which
I was told there was no choice and I wasn't appreciating the decision that was made, and I was told I was being a malcontent. Which made me further not want to work there anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was another opportunity on the horizon.
Well, thank God for those people.
So I think about that. I'm trying to think. This isn't where I was hugely subordinate, but I kind of said something and then my boss talked to me. So we used to have at Blockbuster, this goes back, there used to be secret shoppers. So someone would come in, ask for help, ask for a movie, and then, a week later the store would get something faxed to them and would be like, I was in the store and I asked for this movie, and Jay and Reid helped me. And Jay was quite rude, and Reid wouldn't even look at me and spoke a fictional language. So they get a 0 in this category. So 0. So we'd at one store, we'd received a few subpar marks, and then we were having a staff meeting, and we always took them with a grain of salt because. And you try to go off the body language of the customer too. Like some people that didn't seem like they would just, because one thing you were supposed to never just point, like take them to the section. But some people would just be like, hey, can you just show me just where the movies are? And you would walk with them and they would say, oh, just point me in the general direction. So that's what they want to do. So if that's a secret shopper, they're kind of setting me up to fail. So I wouldn't worry about that. So and our manager, I think Margaret was her name, was at a staff meeting, brought up how poorly we were doing on these and kind of said, like, we gotta step up. Like, this is terrible how we're doing. And I kind of said, is our service really that bad though? Like from what you're seeing around the store, like, I all of us are working together. Like, is it really that bad? And she didn't like that I said that and kind of snapped at me in the meeting. And I was like, okay. And then afterwards she pulled me aside and she said, Reid, like, please, I know what you're saying and I get it, but there's a few people who are giving bad service. So I'm not at the point I want to single them out yet, but I'm sort of trying to embarrass them in front of everybody else. So she's like, don't do that. Like, assume I have a reason for doing that. Okay. It's not directed at you. It's not, she says, you probably can figure out who it is. So that wasn't like angry, but that was a time where I spoke up and then realized, oh, okay, that wasn't the time to speak up.
My dad was my boss.
Yeah, that's something, eh?
And as you can imagine, in a family business, you're going to get after it once in a while. We had our fair amount of verbal battles.
Oh, really?
Sure. I mean, you work, and I was living at home still. So you live at home, you work there. It was, and even when I got married and moved out, there's just still times when you're really close with someone, okay, that tensions will boil over. But that was it was never like a terrible thing or we'd say something that would really hurt somebody, but just quips and I was probably being an ass, to be honest. But in my older age,
yourself.
Well, in your older age now, you probably realize that your dad was absolutely right. You were being a jackass, right? Essentially. But,
and I think one thing I learned in that situation is your boss will usually be happy to accept feedback from you, but just do it
in the right tone,
one-on-one.
Yeah. And in the right tone.
And I don't think it was mouthy what I brought up in the meeting, but she didn't want any distractions from what she was. She didn't want to have the message softened. She wanted to make everybody feel terrible, but she wanted the employees who were doing their job to sort of like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm the one that has to be terrible. I've seen how old Phil treats people. I've seen Jablonski like,
oh no,
you work Jablonski, show them where the movies are. Take them to the damn movie, Jablonski. Jablonski know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars.
Or Jablonski.
So anyway, we'll see what we get on this one.
So many ricochet shots on this show. It's Jablonski.
The William off-topic topic. A time you got angry at your boss, or if you were the boss, a time you had some conflict with an employee. All right, 780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Rick Zamperin out of Hamilton is going to join us in about 15 minutes. We'll look at the different salary caps in sports when we get back to, and we'll see if Major League Baseball players should even be unhappy about there possibly being a salary cap given what they can make. Here is Zachary Kubish.
According to ESC's Tom Gazzola, Cody Fajardo took first-team reps at practice while Nick Anderson was absent for the Elks today. Anderson was not listed on the injury report, with Michael Baudrick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Meche not participating today. Down south, Martin Emerson Jr. of the Browns suffered an Achilles injury during practice. He's expected to have suffered a significant tear, according to NFL Network's Mike Garafolo. He will undergo imaging to confirm it. And it was Baltimore's Isaiah Likely being taken off the field in a cart after he rolled his ankle at practice. He'll miss a few weeks. And for the Jays, they lost 16-4 to the Orioles earlier today. They play again just after 4:30. Eric Lauer, the projected starter for the Jays. Well, back in Edmonton, the Riverhawks open their series against the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of ESC's audio streams. We join midway through the contest at 8 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or give them a call at 780-467-5014. We have a brief intermission before the show continues. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
How much should we, as media and a lot of fans in this town, how much should everybody expect to have a noticeable difference, if any, with the staff?
I don't think there's going to be too much difference, really.
Still the same head
what are
coach,
they gonna-
right? So it's
Still the same head coach. Are you going to blow up the power play? Like, it's not going to happen.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet in Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Tonight on Will It Store, 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Oh my goodness. We've moved. Taken the Banquet studio with us. Craving a late night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real, play hard. He's Jason. I'm Reid. Do I call you Jason too much? Does it bother you?
No, not at all. My name is Jason.
True.
But, oftentimes it's referred to as Jay.
Right.
I'm cool with either.
You introduce yourself as Jay, though.
Yeah.
But your Twitter account is Jason.
True.
What is it on our logo? Jay.
I don't know. I will introduce myself as both. Depends on my mood.
Fair enough.
If it's EST related, it's usually Jay. Because that's what I'm known as.
That's how you're
here.
publicly known now.
Yeah, that's my public persona. But little do they know, my name's really Jason.
Little they know the maniac you are behind the scenes. All right, we appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. We're having an awesome time getting accustomed to the new EST Global HQ. I think it looks great. The hangout looked awesome this morning, and we got a ton of space. We're still unpacking. We may be for a while, but that's okay. Like, I just realized Dustin Nielsen has now an office.
Yes.
Decent-sized office, and does not have any furniture to put in it. Does not have a desk. Does not have a chair.
There's not even a chair.
There's not. I joked him that he should get like a really small student's desk.
Well, you know what I was going to bring in? I have a couple, those old card tables that your parents would have had with the legs that fold out?
Right.
And they're probably like 3 feet by 3, maybe 4 feet by 4 feet. and a folding chair. And I'll bring
That's
it in
all
for
he
him.
has. Yeah,
just
that's
so
a
he
good
has
idea.
a temporary desk.
Oh, something temporary. Until
and then
he
we
gets
can
his
put a
big-
handmade sign, a half-folded sheet of paper that just says "boss."
That's right. Or just tape it on the door.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, so salary caps. Do you remember when the NHL brought in the salary cap? 05-06.
Right.
It was $39 million. It's going to be 95.5 for the upcoming season. The NBA, theirs is not a hard salary cap like the NHL and the NFL because the NBA has provisions, has exceptions for keeping your own players, right? But basically, the NBA salary cap is $154.6 million. It started in 84-85. Do you know what it was?
No.
$3.6 million.
Jeepers.
Now, inflation, obviously, but the NBA has had a salary cap in North America the longest. Started at $3.6 million. It's now $154.6. The NFL salary cap started in 1994 at $34.6 million. It's now $279.2 million. So they've all gone up a lot.
But of those salary caps, which are actually,
the hard caps are the NHL and the NFL. You can go over in the NBA because, again, they have
Luxury.
exceptions for keeping your own players.
Right.
Right? Because wasn't it when Doncic got traded, it cost him a lot of money because if he would have stayed with his previous
It's like a
team,
5-year
they could
minimum.
have re-signed him for more money.
Yeah.
Now, baseball has a luxury tax. I'd forgotten. It's been around since 1997. And then it went away from 2000 to 2002. It came back in 2003. So the first threshold for the Major League Baseball luxury tax is $241 million. And then there are other thresholds after that where the further that you're over, the more tax you have to pay on that. So baseball players really don't want a salary cap. There is a luxury tax. But again, the teams with the most money can just say, we're going to go over and we have enough money to pay the fine. What do you, when you hear these numbers and you see what the cap has done? Because I think the cap has helped teams like the Oilers in the NHL. I think it's helped a lot in the National Football League. And probably in the NBA as well, though there tend to be kind of, if not dynasties, at least teams that are very, very good for a long time. And a lot of players just wind up saying, well, I want to play for the Lakers at some point.
I think it forces you to be better. I think it forces you to look at this situation, look at Florida's roster compared to Edmonton's.
Mm-hmm.
And look at the salary cap availability that they have compared to Edmonton. And Edmonton is trying to sign players, but they simply can't because they've spent money in other ways in prior years. So it takes a long-term thought, and you have to be able to work within that restraint. That's why I think there's so much parity in the NFL. There's a lot of parity in the NHL. But in MLB, in NBA, the two leagues that you reference that can go over the cap,
right? You
have these super teams.
So you're saying that it's a better test of a general manager's skill?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's. I don't think that's a wild take.
No, I think that's a fair comment.
I think that's pretty generally.
And the importance of drafting and developing.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this with the Oilers. Like you want to have some cheap players on your roster who are contributing. So you're getting more than they're worth, right? Because they can only make so much on their entry level deals. So anyway, I just thought those numbers were, because I couldn't quite remember. Like I thought in the NFL it was sometime in the 90s it got brought in. I thought in the NBA it was in the 80s. I didn't think baseball had the luxury tax until this century. But again, it started in 1997.
But is there going to be a hard cap in baseball ever?
Well, not if Bryce Harper keeps attacking commissioners with a baseball bat. Well, you know what I'm saying. But so the New York Yankees have gone over the luxury tax almost every year. I'm just using Wikipedia. Do you know how much the New York Yankees have paid in luxury tax alone? Just in luxury tax since 2003.
Hundreds of millions.
Take a wild stab at it.
430 million.
That's a very good guess. 348. Then the Dodgers have paid 151 million. And then the Red Sox are next at $51 million. And then there's 7 teams that are below $14 million. So for the Phillies, for example, in 2021 paid $865,000 in luxury tax. So they didn't go over. So that was from 2003 to 2021. And then it's been different since 2022. So for example, in 2024, the Yankees paid $62 million in luxury tax. Okay. The Dodgers paid $103 million.
Jeez.
So we'll just go over the cap and pay the tax. Who cares? We got the money. So it doesn't really deter spending or anything like that. So anyway, but I guess that's why players don't want the salary cap, because they want to say, well, fine, if a rich team wants to pay me and go over and pay a luxury tax, they should have the right to get me.
Where does the luxury tax go? Right to the league?
I don't even know who gets it, actually. I didn't even look at that.
Because
I never thought of that.
If that was sent to the league, then wouldn't the owner that's paying into the luxury tax get a percentage of that back anyways? From the league to the owners?
I'm actually not sure where the money goes. Maybe someone will know or could find it quicker. I didn't even think to look that up. Like if it's going to some players' assistance fund or something, then that's different.
Yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars to a player assistant fund.
Probably wouldn't. I don't even know where it goes. Oh, they did have for a while, the first $13 million will be used to defray clubs' funding obligations under the Major League Baseball players' benefits agreements. So I guess instead of putting their own money in, they put the luxury tax money in.
Right.
The other half of the remaining sum is distributed to clubs that did not exceed that year's tax threshold. So I guess it turns into a form of revenue sharing. If you go over, the teams with less money get it, so they can potentially spend more on players, potentially. Anyway, I thought it was interesting to look at how long teams or how long leagues have had a salary cap and how much they've gone up. And and as we see again, I know we've talked about this before, the money in hockey is actually small potatoes compared to the other three by quite a large margin. All right. We may discuss that more as we move along through the course of the show. We do have Rick Zamperin, play-by-play for the Hamilton Tiger Cats audio network coming up. Here comes Coop.
EST's Tom Gazzola reported that Jake Cereza was a full participant in Elks practice wearing a knee brace on the field, and Nick Anderson was not listed on the Elks injury report but was absent today. Meanwhile, Zach Mathis, Royce Mechie, and Michael Baudrick were not on the field. From Cleveland, Martin Emerson Jr. of the Browns injured his Achilles and will undergo imaging to see the extent of his injury. And Isaiah Likely of the Ravens rolled his ankle. He'll miss a few weeks. He was carted off the field after practice. Staying in Baltimore, the Jays look to bounce back against the Orioles. Jays dropping both games in the series so far. They lost by 12 runs earlier today. The back end of their doubleheader goes at 4:35. Eric Lauer gets the ball for the Jays. While at Remax Field, the Riverhawks and Night Owls open up a 3-game series. Tune into the action on EST's audio streams. Coverage starts just after 8 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. My goodness, hope you're having a good Tuesday afternoon. We certainly are. Our first day at our new global HQ on the city's west end, the Dinner Theater District, as Jay Milne calls it. Hope you're enjoying our new look. If you got us on YouTube, if you are a listener through one of the audio streaming apps, iHeart or TuneIn, that's fine as well. Maybe you want to jump into YouTube or check out the show a little bit later on just to see what the studio looks like, what the hangout looks like. It's all very, very cool. The Edmonton Elks back on the field today, practicing for the game on Saturday afternoon against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Dare we call them the Red Hot Hamilton Tiger Cats? Their play-by-play voice on the Ticats audio network. My goodness, it's great to talk to this gentleman again. It's Rick Zamperin checking in. Rick, it's Reid and Jay. How are you?
Guys, it's been a long time. Great to be on the show. The studio looks red hot. I'll tell you that. Great job.
Well, thank you very much for hopping on. I have not spoken to you since my previous talk show, so thanks for making your first appearance on this one. Well, I'll dive right in here. Like, look, they were 0-2. Now they're 5-2. A dramatic win against the BC Lions, which, by the way, I think there's been a lot of dramatic games in the league this year. But what's changed since that start that now they won 5 in a row?
Listen, the personnel has stayed the same. The coaching staff is what it is. I think what has changed is the execution on the field. And you might say, oh, that's kind of cliche, but it's exactly what it is. They had their opportunities against the Stampeders in week 1. They certainly held their own against the Rough Riders in week 2. And in both instances, I think the better team won on those nights. But since then, this team has harnessed its ability to take advantage of those opportunities when they are presented them. Whether it's a big touchdown to Kenny Lawler, who's been unconscious this season, or Bo Levi making a big play at a critical time, the defense in some cases stealing a game, which you couldn't have said that last year, especially at this time of the season, and special teams being special. So it seems like each and every game, especially during this 5-game run, that one or two or maybe even all 3 facets of the game have played their best. And that's why this team has won 5 in a row.
So you mentioned Bo Levi Mitchell, who, I had on my old show probably 2 or 3 times. And I know people who cover the Stamps. And the word is that Bo has no shortage of confidence. But I don't know what your experience is, but a man, oh man, I mean, he's one of the elder statesmen now in the Canadian Football League, but he just keeps going out there and producing, doesn't he?
Yeah, listen, he's 35. He's been in the league 14 years. He's done everything. He's seen everything. I call him the calculated assassin because he knows the game inside out. And in some cases, he's 1 or 2 steps ahead of what the defense or the defensive coordinator is going to bring to the table. And I think, Sunday's game was a good example of not forcing the situation. Bo Levi looked at BC's defense, especially in that last game-winning drive, and color analyst Simone Lawrence and I were kind of looking at each other during that final drive thinking, is BC going to make any adjustments on this drive? And they seem to be playing prevent D and not wanting to be beaten over the top by Kenny Lawler. And so what Mitchell did is said, listen, Tim White, hey, Keandre Smith, we're going to rely on you two to move the ball down and eventually score. And that's what happened. So Bo is this season, and we saw it certainly in the second half of last year, is taking what the defense is giving him, but is also able to make those explosive plays because of the talent level around him. And that's just not the receivers. The offensive line has been absolutely spectacular from about midway point last year to all the way this season. He's been sacked 6 times this year, the lowest in the league, or actually I think 7 times. But he's a guy who has gotten everyone involved, has run for a couple of big first downs this year, whether it's the fountain of youth that he's sipping from in his year 35 here in the CFL. But he's a guy who has just been on, and others have been on with him.
Rick Zamperin joining us, play-by-play for the Ticats Audio Network. I wanted to ask you, a discussion came up on this show last week, or maybe, it was last week, just in how some CFL stadiums and some CFL cities have smaller stadiums, and then you look at something like Commonwealth Stadium, which you'll be visiting this weekend. Hamilton Stadium, formerly Tim Hortons Field, seats 22,500. Commonwealth Stadium, I think, can hold up to 60.
It's in the 50s now if they use the upper deck.
If they use the upper deck. And I'm of the belief that I don't see a need for Edmonton to explore building a smaller stadium for the Edmonton Elks. But what would you say on the other side as having a new stadium that fits a size that you think is adequate for the Hamilton Tiger Cats in Hamilton Stadium?
I think what they have is a great capacity in terms of, I think it's 23.5, and then you have the lounge areas as well. You look at either end zone, and it's really a social zone. Really, the entire stadium is almost a social zone. I know they have 23,500 seats or so, but the concourses are always stuffed. The end zones are usually filled, whether it's pregame or during the game or at halftime, because there's activations for young and old throughout the game. So I think the community has really looked at this facility rather unique in the CFL with these kind of social zones that now other teams have kind of picked up on. You go to a Blue Jays game in Toronto and you'll see these kind of family zones where there's not seats, but there's kind of lounge areas. There's couches, or there's, kind of boutique areas where you can just hang out with a couple of pals or some gals and, take in the fun. Knowing that, and I think when they built this facility, the thought process was, let's look ahead to the future sports fanatic. And it's not all about, your eyeballs 100% on the field. You're looking at the scoreboard. You're bringing your kids to the stadium, and they might want to do something different because they're not yet a hardcore football fan. So I think what they've constructed in Hamilton, and we're going on just over 10 years now, that it fits in the community. It's still in the footprint of old Iverwood Stadium, just kind of spun a little bit. And the city's rallied around it. If it's hosted Major League Soccer events from the Canadian Championship to, of course, Forge FC and the CPL, international events with Team Canada's soccer team, both men and women playing there as well. And of course, home of the Tiger Cats. It's been a great facility for this franchise.
Rick, you not only are you the play-by-play for the Ticats Audio Network, but you're also the co-anchor of the Morning Live on CHCH TV, as well as host of the Fifth Quarter. But I want to go to your co-anchor of the Morning Live on CHCH. I saw something on Twitter here that you had Oink, the lovable cat, who was on your show yesterday morning.
Lovable is debatable.
Okay. I mean, I've often wondered about these segments where you have an animal that is up for adoption, or hey, the zoo wants to come show off their new baby animal. Do you have a certain instance of a story where you had an interesting interaction with one of these animals, Rick?
Well, I'll say yesterday was a first, not only for me, but the television station as well, because I was told that it was the first time it's ever happened. And anyone who has not seen it, I'm sure most people have not seen it, is that, on a weekly basis, we have a partnership with not one, but a variety of SPCAs or humane societies in Ontario where, they bring in a pet of the week. And more often than not, it's a cat or a dog. And sometimes we'll get something different like a bunny. Tomorrow, by the way, I'll fill you in on what's coming into the studio that I have the pleasure of handling. But yeah, yesterday, Oink the cat, a 10-year-old tabby, who thankfully was declawed, but had something on its mind. And for the first 5 minutes or so before we started filming, the cat was fine. We were petting it and we were rubbing its belly. It was having a great time. But 2 minutes into the segment, Oink the cat had enough of me and took a chunk out of my index finger, drawing blood and the whole bit. And then it was off to the races and we had to corral it. So yeah, I was told that was the first time an animal has attacked a host on the show, and also went after the handler as well. It was crazy.
Jeez,
tomorrow, if you're tuning in to CHCH TV, there's going to be a hornbill, which is like an exotic bird.
Right.
We're going to have some kind of snake that I'm going to potentially handle. A tortoise and another bird and another exotic animal. So that should be fun. Stay tuned.
Oh my God!
Geez, I hope you make it to Edmonton. Okay. Well, I want to throw one more at you. I mean, look, when Ed Hervey was hired, former player and scout and GM with the Double E before coming back, and he said, I've worked in other places in the league now, including in Hamilton, and he said, if I talk about or if I bring up how the Elks are talked about, he said it's kind of like they're seen as a laughingstock. It's 4 straight years out of the playoffs in a league in which 2/3 of the team make the playoffs. We continue to try to be hopeful here and optimistic, but 1-5 again after 4 tough seasons. Like, Rick, is Hamilton thinking, not the team necessarily, but our fans like, well, we've already won 5 in a row, and now here's the free space on the bingo card Saturday. Like, how are they perceived?
Yeah, I think some fans might look at it that way, but you and I have covered this league for years now, and we know that any given day something can happen. And why not? If I'm an Edmonton fan, why not this Saturday? You have a team, in the Ticats that are red hot. They've won 5 in a row. Everything seems to be going well. But you also have a guy in Cody Fajardo who I think last week, even though he got sacked 8 times and they lost the game, I think injected a certain energy into that team in which, from my eyeballs, I thought the team was playing pretty hard for that guy and for each other. And there comes a point in the season, let me tell you, I've covered some Ticats teams that in the win-loss column, it looks really ugly, especially at the end of the season, where there's a point in the season where the players say, you know what, we've had enough, let's give our best effort. And sometimes that is good enough for a victory. And I think that might be this Saturday. Cody has a history of being a big game player. He's won a Grey Cup. He's a guy who just puts his body on the line, and I think teammates kind of respect that and follow suit. So, if Edmonton puts it together and the Ticats don't have a, A1 kind of game, why can't they win? I mean, this is the Canadian Football League. Anything can happen. Listen, Edmonton was the team that many people were making fun of because of the long home losing streak, and eventually they got that done. So there comes a point in time where the team just puts its foot down and gets a great result, and whether that's this weekend or a weekend from now or 2 weekends from now, it's going to happen. This team is too talented not to be in the win column more often than not. So I'm expecting, at least in the next 2/3 of the season, a few more wins for this Elks franchise.
And sorry, I do have one more just quickly. And is this a hard travel week for the Ticats, given they were just in Vancouver?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they're going all the way to the left coast. They were given the day off today. And I think, number one, because it's a long road trip to BC, it's a bit of a short trip going to Edmonton for the game on Saturday. Coach Milanovic said, hey, guys, you know what? Kudos to you. Big performance against the Lions. You're going to get today off. So they're back on the field Wednesday and, of course, Thursday, and then they fly out Friday. So a very short week. They've done this before. And they're able to execute. I think there's a number of veterans on this team that will harness the young guys to say this is how it's done. So I'm expecting the Ticats to come out guns a-blazing on Saturday and let the best team win.
Rick, you're great to talk to. Hopefully see you at the stadium. Maybe there'll be an animal or a snake crawling on you in the press box. At
rest that hand, Rick. Rest that hand.
Yeah, geez. Can you if you hold it up, can we see it on YouTube? Are you visibly missing a chunk of it?
It's a flesh wound.
Okay.
Hold on here.
Oh yeah,
There
yeah,
it is.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And that was a bite. The cat was declawed, so it took a little chunk out of me.
Well,
listen,
it
I'll bring a
says,
tiger on Saturday. How about that?
So Oink the cat wasn't that lovable, was it?
No.
Oink the cat won. Rick Zamperin nothing. Rick got me on the rouge.
Yeah, you got you on the rouge. That's right. Hey, thanks for doing this. Have a great week. See you Saturday.
You got it. Take care, guys.
Rick Zamperin, play-by-play for the Hamilton Tiger Cats audio network. Long time covering the league. Really knows his stuff, as you can tell. Really, yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that right now. I'm sorry. That's no, it's good. These are voices of the game. I did forget. I was like, I thought we were doing play of the day. We want to push that back?
Yeah, why don't we do
4
it
o'clock? We'll do it after the break.
4:40.
Rick Zamperin was our voices of the game for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. We're more than just plywood. We offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. With a huge selection of hardwoods and knowledgeable staff, we're here for all your DIY needs. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know. It's a good thing you pay attention to the lineup that I type up every day. We can just sneak in play of the day at 4.
Yeah,
actually, and then just so we'll have a little bit more time from it. In the nasty chat, what did somebody write here? Now I can't find it. Somebody was concerned that the Elks might give up 50 this week.
Sheesh edits.
Yeah, well, I think that's always here's the problem with the Elks. And when you're 1-5, when a team is 1-5, so part of it is like maybe you're just not that good, or part of it is you just can't put it all together in the same week.
That's a good point.
So now everybody's like, oh, hey, the defense actually isn't bad. But other games, it's been, oh my goodness, how many long bomb passes are we? So to me, that's the concern, is just not just the deficiencies we see on the Elks, but the inconsistencies. I mean, maybe Fajardo does come out and light it up. Maybe he learns some things from that first game. Maybe the O-line locks it down. Maybe the Elks come out and score 33 points or something. But, oh no, now Bo Levi's picking them apart. I think that's a fair concern. I don't know if they're going to score 50 or whatever, but I think that's the issue with the Elks. We've seen flashes of good play, but not nearly for long enough, or not from one week to the next.
Yeah.
Okay, Ford has a perfect quarterback rating in one game, and then against BC, he's 4 for 12 or whatever it was, for single-digit yards.
Yeah, it would be nice to see this team put it together, not in any sort of excellence, but just above average play from the offense and defense.
Yeah.
You'd see a different team. You'd see a team that would be competitive and a team that could beat the likes of Hamilton. I mean, this will probably be a high-scoring game. If it's not a high-scoring game, either the Elks defense showed up or they're not putting up points on offense. Because Bo Levi and that Hamilton offense are going to put up points.
They're very good. Yeah. Now, having said that, the BC Lions defense is nothing to write home about. They haven't got a lot of good stops.
That's why I said
they beat Edmonton a couple times, but
this season is not lost yet. This is not gone. This is not shucks.
And it's interesting what Rick said too, and we have to point this out. I mean, when a team loses, things gets pointed out. I mean, here at Edmonton, we're talking about play calling, and you and I are going to talk about play calling in the next segment to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
But why doesn't Mac Simic do this? Try this. Try this. What did Rick say? He said, he goes, he's got Simone Lawrence in the booth with him, who was a great player.
Yes.
And they're watching and said, is BC going to change something? Because Bo knows exactly what they're doing, and he knows exactly where he puts the ball. So, yeah. But Terry makes a good point as well. In the chat, 1 week it's the QB, next week it's the O-line, this week who knows?
Great point.
That's
true.
That's part of the reason.
That's part of the problem.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
When a unit drops off, they don't drop off. Okay, they're one notch where they're used to be. Okay, they can survive. It's like, oh my goodness, they were above average last week, and now this week they're totally in the toilet.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We're going to get to Jay's play of the day. I'm going to get, you know what?
What?
I'm going to get you to tell me more about a flea flicker and some other fun stuff. How about that?
I like it.
Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
The first ever phone call that Marshall made to a friend on a phone happened this past weekend because his buddy called us and left a voicemail on my wife's phone when we were camping. And his buddy's cute. He's like, "Hi, this is Bennett, and I was just hoping to have Marshall call me because I'm trying to figure out how to download the CFL teams on College Football 26. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about, man.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect Belts, the perfect fit every time.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jay Cohen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Royce Metier, Zach Mathis, and Michael Baudrick all miss Elks practice today. Mathis with a back injury, Metier with an ankle issue, Baudrick due to a shoulder injury. And EST's very own Tom Gazzola reporting that Cody Fajardo was taking first-team reps as Jake Serezna was also seen on the field in a knee brace as a full participant. In NFL news, Cleveland's Martin Emerson Jr. needs to undergo imaging on his leg after suffering an Achilles injury on the field, while Isaiah Likely of the Ravens rolled his ankle. He was carted off the field after practice. He's expected to miss a few weeks. Elsewhere, the Jays were stomped 16-4 by the Orioles in the front end of their doubleheader. Jays down 2-zip in the series. Game 3 action gets going at 4:35. At home, the Riverhawks play host to the Night Owls for the first of 3 total games. Catch the action on any of ESC's audio streams as we join midway through the game just after 8 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. 4:04, along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins, Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. First day broadcasting from the new HQ. We got a great studio here, the Hangout studio, just on the other side of this wall. Looks great as well. We're having a blast. We are absolutely having a blast. Many of you are as well, sending in limericks today. Let's have one from the Big Uke, who hasn't written one in a while. He took a hiatus. He's got his creative juices flowing. Got his magma bubbling once again, because he is a mound of manly magma. With
Magnificent.
A lot of magnificent mound. Magmatic mound of molten magma. New office today for EST and the crew. Most things set up with only a bit left to do. Bucks jersey deal. Coob, is it real? If you had to live in a giant version, would it be a hat or a shoe? That's a really good question. Well,
that would be a hat for me.
You'd live in a... Oh, yeah, the shoe could smell.
Well,
the hat could have...
The hat looks like a house.
Lice.
The hat looks like a house. I mean, you could use the strap part as the doorway.
Good point. Yeah, I never thought of that.
You could put a screen on that. And if it was a trucker hat, you'd have all, light coming through the tiny holes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You'd maybe have to...
The mesh would be the windows.
Maybe you have to put some clear plastic on it. Or
I've written some limericks as well to celebrate show 1 from the new studio. Beside me sits the great Jason Milne. His passion burns like a kiln. He is our glue, a Wannock our coup. When I'm away, he's also my fill-in. That's some fun with that. Somebody put in the nest chat that I don't call you the glue guy a lot. I guess I don't.
No. That's fine.
I don't know.
I'm your Jay.
I know that's your thing.
I wrote another one.
Oh, do it.
Dusty went out on a top secret mission, hoping to find the place that met his vision. Would incorporate the coup, but only if he knew. Who would you say is EST's office physician?
That's a good question.
I'd say the Coob. He looks like he kind of looks like Doogie Howser, MD.
Like if somebody got hurt and needed some repair.
I got hurt in the old office, scraping some of that godforsaken sticky stuff off the wall, and I stabbed myself.
Right.
quite a good one right here. And the Coob was first responder. He says, "Jay, I got a kit in my bag."
Oh, really?
He even put it on for me. Like,
oh, nice.
Like Mrs. Weiss at Y School back in younger Jay Milne's life.
Well, now we're going to have a cupboard here with
safety
first
kit?
aid stuff, probably some Benadryl or whatever.
Probably do some
you
Benadryl.
had to take.
Oh, little.
When you ate the hazelnut, I might need it someday as well.
Little subtle hint for you here.
Yes.
So, Sickler, my good friend, picked up 2 of my kids today to take them out to their lake, to their cabin.
Okay.
With his kids. They're good friends.
Okay.
And I said to Ben, his son, who's an avid listener, loves the words of the day.
Oh, nice. How old?
Ben would be, oh God, you're putting me on the spot. Like 10?
He's that young. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
10. Sorry,
that's
forgive
nice.
me
He
for
likes
not
word of the
knowing.
day.
So I said, here's your guys' task on the drive out to the lake, is to come up with words of the day.
Oh my goodness.
So they sent me 2 that are going to cripple you.
And I'm going to get embarrassed.
But one of them has to do with the need of Benadryl in the office. Let's just say that.
Oh, so I get a hint an hour and a half ahead of time, almost 2 hours ahead of time.
If you spell either of these,
I hope I can remember that hint.
Well, you'll probably spell one of them, but I see a low score in your future.
See, well, okay.
They really brought the heat.
I've had a few.
I didn't know kids could come up with these words.
Well, kids can be quite diabolical. Have you seen Children of the Corn?
I have not.
I don't think I ever saw it either. It's an old Stephen King thing. All right, 780-218-9999 is how you text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Sunday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. If you are taking us in on YouTube, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, we're on a good pace here.
Click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
Yeah, good thumb day. I think people checking out the studio feeling good for us. I think they got over 400 thumbs on the morning show.
Nice.
Which was good. So let's get to at least 100 on this show. And speaking of pre-produced jingles.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Jay's Play of the Day, presented by Play Alberta, your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place. With easy access to real money games, you can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today.
Dun, da, da, da.
Where did that come from? Was that you or Coob that did that?
Twas I.
Oh, wow. Saucy.
So last night we had a big one. We went WNBA. He had a couple. One was a long shot, not a long shot, but it was good odds. It was plus 250. So thanks for riding with Jay. We're going back to the WNBA tonight because why not, Reid?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? The Atlanta Dream and the LA Sparks, both money line winners. Now, the Atlanta Dream are a heavy favorite. They're minus 455. But the LA Sparks are only minus 104, but they're taking on the Vegas Aces. And the Vegas Aces have been stumbling a bit. So that's why I'm on the Sparks. So when you combine those two and you get a boost from the good people at Play Alberta, that parlay is plus 180.
Oh, nice.
So Atlanta Dream, LA Sparks, moneyline winners. You can head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on ESC specials, and you will find it. Jay's play of the day. And don't forget to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right. Playalberta.ca. Click on EST specials. So the Elks 1-5, getting ready to host the Hamilton Tiger Cats 5-2 Saturday, Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. It has been a struggle for the Elks this season. Would you say the offense is the weakest of the three units? I mean, I think special teams is clearly the best. I think.
Well, yeah, that's clear. Would I say the offense has been the best?
No, the offense has been the weakest of the three.
The weakest? No.
You don't think so?
I think the defense has been the weakest. I think the offense has shown more glimpses of promise than the defense has. Last week's game was the defense's real first, I guess, glimmers of hope that they can
I thought they had a couple other okay performances.
Well, but they're going up against Trevor Harris.
Sure.
Who can slice and dice defenses, and they held their own. They did pretty well. They held them to 21 points.
But after the okay, so I guess I should rephrase that. After the last game, the offense is currently under more fire than the defense.
Sure.
And the offense has had two stinkers in a row.
You would say last week was a stinker?
Yes. He had 4 points until the fourth quarter.
True.
I mean, I know Fajardo had good stats in the end, and he did some good things, but they had 4 points through the first three quarters.
and they rushed the ball four times.
And then they didn't rush the ball at all, really, and they gave up a lot of sacks. Giving up a lot of snacks
fair,
might be
that's
okay.
fair. Yep.
So anyway, so I want to have a little bit of fun with you, but there will be a serious tinge to this. As part of buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years, he and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So I'm going to give you some offensive play suggestions. I would like you to describe the play to me if it needs a description, and then tell me if it would actually work at the professional level. Okay? Because we often hear when a person is a fan of a bad football team, especially a bad offensive team, well, why don't they just try this?
Sure.
Why don't they try this play? Or these college teams do this, why don't we do it?
Yep.
Okay? So here's suggestion number one that you often hear. Why don't they just throw deep on every play? Might get pass interference. Just chuck it deep.
That just wouldn't contribute to an overall offense. But I will say this. Taking deep shots is necessary. It's a necessary part of a functioning offense. You have to keep the outside, all of the defensive secondary honest.
Right.
And know that, yes, they will attack you over your head if given the opportunity. And B, which is often, I don't know if it's more likely, but there's a good chance that you might draw a penalty downfield. But you can't just continually do that. Unless you're having success with it, then sure, air it out. I mean, the big deep play, I guess there was two deeper shots in last week's game. One of them came off a broken play.
Yes.
Which is not, unnormal. But that throw to Dunbar down the sideline, that was a great throw.
Right.
And I mean, Cody put it in the only spot Dunbar could get it. But if the best throw a quarterback can make on a deep shot is an underthrown ball. Like if you could get that down to an exact science, you'd draw penalty after penalty after penalty.
Like we were talking about last season.
If the receiver just knew to fight back to the ball, stop their route, and have the DB run them over, that's an easy penalty that it's going to get called 100% of the time. So take deep shots on every play. Not so much, but I love an offense that takes more deep shots.
There's also
Absolutely.
more chance of a sack on a deeper play because you need a little bit more time to set it up.
and you know what else helps with that too is an established run game where you
Right.
can take a shot off of a play action.
You know what, Jay? Why don't they try a flea flicker?
Flea flicker, once again. Love the play. Love it. I mean, it worked. I don't know. I guess Toronto did a throwback to a receiver who then threw it downfield.
Okay.
A flea flicker is where you hand the ball off to the running back. Running back looks like they're attacking the hole, turns around, flips it back to the quarterback. Quarterback then airs it out.
Usually deep. If that's what they're looking for, right.
But there's always going to be an underneath route as well.
Okay.
Because if the defense is wise to it, they're going to send everybody and all their men deep. Because they're like, oh, we got this deep covered. But if you run a 15-yard dig route across the center, it's going to be wide open.
Right.
You could easily have a 30-yard completion. So I like that play. But once again, this is dependent on a functioning, useful, dangerous running attack.
Right.
Because what's going to happen? If you have a running attack, if Justin Rankin takes the ball, well, that's going to suck all the linebackers up to the line. That's going to suck anybody in the secondary that's watching the run play.
Yeah.
That's going to suck them and draw their attention for just a fraction of a second, which is enough for somebody to get behind them.
I'm going to say of all the suggestions, quote unquote suggestions I'm going to give you, the flea flicker is the one that you actually see called in pro football. NFL teams will call it occasionally. CFL teams will call it occasionally because it's actually, as you said, you can really make it look like a run play. Now, for it to work, though, do you need to tell your receivers, hey, we might call a flea flicker in the second half, so on every run play, you got to keep running. You can't start blocking.
No, just tell them to do their job.
Okay.
Because if a receiver's because on a flea flicker, the receiver is going to go up and look and try get in the way of a defensive back.
Okay.
Just to make it appear as though this receiver is doing his job in blocking. Now, you can't go downfield and block yet because that would be a penalty, but you can sure make it look like a run play. And then, boom,
then you're
outside and up the sideline, shot out of a cannon. But it takes all the players on the same page. The running back is probably the least important part of that because it's not really a difficult job. You take the handoff, you don't get too close to the line.
Yeah, you don't want to get tackled or hit
right
when you're.
But you also have to have it in the right scenario, the right situation, the right down and distance, so that you're not in a second and short or a second and medium would be a good situation because probably the defense isn't going to send a blitz package and try bring more people because that could blow that up pretty quick.
Hey Jay, the Elks are trying to spice up their offense. Remember that Zabransky kid they had in college? They did that old Statue of Liberty or something, that handoff behind the back. Why don't the Elks try that?
The Statue of Liberty. For those that don't know what it is, it's where the quarterback looks to throw the ball and holds the ball in the quarterback's throwing motion and holds it behind his back, and the running back comes and takes it around the corner. That is a very... I don't know if I've ever seen the Statue of Liberty in the CFL. In fact, the only time I saw it was when Zabransky was with Boise State, and I think they were in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, that was when the guy proposed to the cheerleader right after.
The running back. I was it Johnson? I think it was.
Might have been. Yeah,
proposed to his cheerleader girlfriend in the end zone because that was a 2-point conversion for the win.
Yes.
It's a little gimmicky. Because Zabransky pulled it up and faked like he was going to run a short hitch to the far side, pulled it down, and Ian Johnson took it the other way.
So basically, it's you have your throwing hand in the air like you're holding the torch, and then you got the ball down low.
Yeah, you've got it in your opposite hand. Sorry, and then the running back.
Although I guess you could briefly and then have it up and bring it down. I think he did it behind the back.
He did it behind the back with the other.
The thing is, and I know we're going to do, and this is kind of fun because you're describing some of these plays to people, but. Here's what I would say. When you watch a college football game and say, well, why don't the pros do that? That play works every time. There's generally more of a talent discrepancy in college.
Huge.
Like, especially if it's a high-end school against a mid or lower-end school. Well, yeah, we can call something that's going to take 3 seconds to set up to the outside because they're just not fast enough or big enough to stop us.
Yeah, exactly.
At the pro level, and if you're in the CFL, you're a damn good football player. If you're in the NFL, you're an elite football player.
Mhm.
Those guys don't get fooled a lot.
But that's you can if you set it up.
But
too.
you got to set it up.
Right? You set up a flea flicker
But
by
if an
running the
offense
ball.
is running a play that takes 6 or 7 seconds to really set up, most defenses don't give you that much time.
Yeah.
They're okay, something's going on here. All right, I'll give you one more before we break, and then we'll come back and do a couple other ones. You know, Jay, the Elks can't run the ball. Why don't they do something like the wishbone, where they just pound away at it? The old
Reid,
wishbone offense.
I would love to see this. I would love to see this more in the CFL. Seriously. So the wishbone offense is 2 fullbacks set up and then a single running back behind or in between them. It gives you so many options. But the quarterback is generally under center in a wishbone,
Right.
which you don't see all that much of
This is a bit of
anymore.
an antiquated offense.
I know, but here's the thing, is you could send so many power leads. Like, why is there no longer power lead running plays in professional sports?
Well, there's no more fullbacks like we talked to about Dwayne Ford last week.
Well, bring back the damn fullback then.
I guess the Elks do have one, but he's not on
I
the
know,
field a
but
lot.
sometimes they'll bring in an extra old lineman. And, okay, I get what you're trying to do there. But I like the ability to have misdirection with a wishbone. You can send one fullback this way and then lead the other fullback up the hole. Now, you're obviously you're not going to have as many wide receivers outside because 2 of them are in the backfield or they're being replaced by fullbacks in the backfield. So you're going to have more people in the box as well. But I think it gives you an opportunity. I would love to see somebody come out and run a wishbone
Just for a few
offense.
or every play.
Screw that.
Just do
the
it. Just
whole
do it down
game.
the field.
This is our offense. Beat us. We're going to run the ball down your neck. Try and stop us. Like, if you could have a team that could actually run a successful wishbone offense, it would be awesome to watch.
Because is it not you either hand to the fullback or pitch to the running back, or is there not an option for the quarterback to run himself?
Yeah, there's so many options.
Okay.
There's so many options. You could have a fake fullback dive and pitch it to the running back who's being led around the corner by a fullback.
Right.
Right? There's so many things you have to cover as a defense in that offense. That's why it was so successful.
But again, at the pro level, would that really work once the defense figured it out? Okay.
Who knows? It's been so long.
Well, you wouldn't have been fooled when you played.
And it would have been
You would have
run.
been like, just cover these guys. They can't beat us all these different
I'll
ways.
tell you, all it takes is one block and one seam, and that running back's gone because you'd have so many players in the box because you'd only have 2 wide receivers.
Right.
So get them way the heck out there, and it's mano a mano. If you could set up a proper blocking scheme, I would love to see that.
That's incredible.
That's it. That got my blood firing, Reid. I'm pumped up,
well,
baby.
I'll ask you about a couple other ones. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. We're having some fun with ways to spice up your offense, as the Elks might need, especially with some unconventional or outright trick plays. 780-218-9999 if you'd like to text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. If you're taking us in on YouTube today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Give us a like. If you've already done that, share the show link with other people and encourage them to give us a view, give us a listen, and give us a thumbs up as well. We're back after the coop.
The Jays have acquired Sir Anthony Dominguez from the Orioles for Warren Watts Brown. He will be active for Toronto in the back end of their doubleheader as they're warming up to take on Baltimore. Eric Lauer, the projected starter for the Jays, first pitch at 4:35. Toronto made a couple other moves, reinstating Paxton Schultz from the 15-day injured list while sending Easton Lucas to AAA. Back in Edmonton, it's Riverhawks opening their series against the Night Owls. Catch the game right here on any of EST's audio streams as we join the contest just after 8. And according to EST's Tom Gazzola, Cody Fajardo took first-team reps at Elks practice while Nick Anderson was absent on the field. Anderson was not listed on the injury report, having Michael Baudrick Zach Mathis and Royce Metier not participating. While down south, Martin Emerson Jr. of the Browns suffered an Achilles injury. He'll undergo imaging to confirm the severity of his injury. And it was Baltimore's Isaiah Likely rolling his ankle on the field. He'll miss a few weeks. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at paramountflooring.ca. We have a brief break before the show returns. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Pulsar, local basketball guru. Have you seen the pictures of Luka Doncic from this summer? He's on the cover of Men's Health, and he looks like he's lost 30 pounds.
Everybody who watches the game of basketball marvels at his talent and also have marveled at the fact that he's able to accomplish what he's done in the NBA looking like a men's league player at the Y on Sunday, physically.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by South Ford Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Must you click? Must you click?
All right, that is the Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish. Yes, encouraging you, reminding you, click that thumbs up button on YouTube. Halfway through the show, we're at 71 thumbs. We want to get to at least 100. No reason that we shouldn't be able to, but don't be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click right away. We're coming to you from the Banquet Studio. Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at the Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard. Got a limerick here emailed into Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com. It's called Uncle Jesse's Moving Limerick. Pretty good from Uncle Jesse. Edmonton Sports Talk hit the road with a grin to set up their new spot again. They left with some flair. Jay still painting the old layer. Good thing the boys found the box Wilkie was in. That's true. I was packed up and moved over. When the move happened yesterday, I was packed in a box, in a crate, one of those orange crates. They folded me in there and put on the moving truck, and then I got unloaded. And you had to find which one I was in before the show started.
How was the breathing?
And then I had to go to the Boston Pizza. How was the breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. There were holes in the roof.
You did seem a little tight, a little stiff.
Did I? That's funny.
Big T from Regina in the afternoon inbox, 7802 and 899.99 says, what about rolling out the QB, moving the pocket?
Now that's a good, because I'm being somewhat silly with a couple of mine. Maybe not the flea flicker, but that's a great question, especially when it related to possibly Ford being the quarterback, which he won't be on Saturday.
Have we seen any designed rollouts that you can recall?
I think there were a couple.
Like designed?
I thought there was one or two at some point.
Yeah, I think there was where Trey hit Dunbar on a deep out, like a corner pattern. Yeah. I mean, so Jed was on the show yesterday, right?
Yes.
And he was, he didn't want to pile on Jordan McSimic. And I don't think anybody here is trying to pile on Jordan McSimic, but rather to ask the questions of, adjustments in game. If this isn't working, I think it needs to happen a little bit faster to move over to something different. And just seems like a very stale offense, like a very one-dimensional or, two-dimensional. There's not much trickery. There's not much excitement. Do you remember that one drive against Ottawa? Edmonton had first down, touchdown, where they mix it up. They had a wide receiver screen. They had an inside shovel pass. They had a fullback screen out in the flats. And then they had that little push pass to Curly Gittins Jr. who scampered in for the touchdown.
Right.
I mean, that was dynamic play calling. That was exciting. That keeps the defense on their toes. But then where did that go? Where is that now? It's there. It's obviously
a
installed.
little bit of it. But yeah, and they did a good breakdown of the touchdown. Was it the one Emilus got? On where they did the jet sweep, where you called it a little push pass. And it's basically a running play.
Yeah.
But the quarterback throws it a yard forward. So if it's bobbled, it's an incomplete pass.
Well, and guess what makes that work? Misdirection.
Right. And then they did a good job, I think it was Suter doing the game on Friday night, saying how most of the Saskatchewan defense makes it look like it's a running play to the right. Emilus comes around to the left. There's a couple guys out there blocking for him.
Yeah, you got to beat one
and he
one
fights
guy
to get into the end zone.
Yep.
And that's what I'm wondering. And I know you've talked about the running plays on offense for the Elks. I mean, it seems your criticism is that if they don't get a running game going, they just abandon the run, as opposed to saying, okay, it's not working up the middle right now. Let's try another gap. Let's get something to the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on, because this is my just knowledge of football from hearing things over the years. And I have heard coaches say, well, we don't want to roll the quarterback out because that takes away half the field. If Trey Ford or Cody Fajardo rolls to his right, the left side of the field is out. Or if they happen to be blitzing from the right side, he runs right into it and gets sacked.
Correct.
What do you think of that?
I agree.
Okay.
As a defensive back, especially as a safety, that was the best thing. Because you know that the quarterback you'd be yelling at the top of your lung, out, out, out. Trying to help your defensive backs just push out.
Mm-hmm.
Because that ball is going to the sideline, no matter what. But that's a true full rollout.
Okay.
There is something called a sprint rollout, which is where the quarterback rolls out, to the tackle and then sets up.
Right.
Then the whole field is open. But see, with a rollout, it's design plays. So you have a short route that whichever quarterback, say Cody Fajardo, could just dump it off to if the deeper routes are covered.
Okay.
There's layers.
Right.
So if you're gonna cover the short guy, then you're leaving the intermediate guy behind you on the sideline open. It forces the defensive backs to make quick decisions on who they're going to cover because somebody's going to be open. They're overloading that area.
Yeah.
And as a defensive secondary, you're taught to make sure the deeper ones are covered. Leave the short one and rally to it.
So do you think, I guess we can't know this for sure because we can't climb into somebody's head, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you think McSimic thinks that he has plays that should work and he is insisting on keeping on calling them?
Yeah. He's somewhat stubborn, I think, in thinking, no, this should work. This should work.
Right.
And maybe, you know what? He's probably right. It should work. Reid, there's not a play in the offensive playbook that shouldn't go for a touchdown on every time if it's run properly.
Right.
If it's executed properly. The problem is that there's another side. There's another 12 athletes on the other side of the ball that are trying to disrupt that. So, okay, we missed our block on this one. Sure, that'll happen from time to time. But if it's continually happening and you're trying to force a play and it's just not working, you have to move on.
And if a couple of linemen on your team are having a bad game, call plays that'll counteract that.
Yeah, and I was surprised Jed was not as harsh on the O-line as...
So he said like 5 or 6 of the sacks were Fajardo's fault.
Right, and there is... that's not an accurate statement at all. But it's also a combination of both. Was Fajardo holding on to the ball and even Coach Killam said that he was passing up his first reads. That's just when you're not entirely sure of what is going on.
But there were also times he was barely set up and he was getting hit or trying to scramble.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah.
But then again, Reid, if the rush is the best thing to limit a rush is to throw a quick screen over their head. Get it out just off the line,
right,
into a playmaker's hands.
Well, they sort of did that. I don't know if it was a screen. It was more of a swing. Would that be a swing pass?
Yeah,
to
it was a
Rankin?
dump off to Rankin. Just get him out in space and let him be an athlete. That because it's nowhere near the defensive line. The defensive line cannot disrupt that play.
Right.
But that took till the late in the game to do that one play, which worked, which picked up, I think, 20-some yards.
Right. Well,
but
then again,
why not do that earlier?
Well, again, that's the thing. I mean, I know you have an offense and a plan, but at what point do you have to say, and again, for most of the first half, it was 4-1 Elks. Them going up 11-1, they could have changed the whole tone of the game. Instead, it was the Riders that finally did it, and we're up 11-4 at the half.
Chris Purper says, how much of the struggle is offensive coordinator versus execution for the Elks offense?
Well, it's
pretty even,
That's
I'd
the
say.
big question, though,
and I'd
isn't
say
it?
it might even lean more to execution, right? Because this team, and now this is where I'm really excited about this week, because Cody Fajardo has a full week of game planning, right? Edmonton's on the field today. They were on the field. Tom Gazzola was there earlier, sent in the report that Fajardo was getting the reps. Nick Anderson wasn't practicing. That's an extra day that they have because Hamilton's off today.
Right.
And that's another day Fajardo gets first-team reps, which last week he only had one full practice of first-team reps.
Yes.
So you could see better execution on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, I hope so.
Or you should. I would expect it.
Right. Well, I mean, they got to establish something. Again, they have to put some pressure on the other team's defense. And then by extension, that puts pressure on the other team's offense to score, right? If you score, the other team's offense immediately feels we have to at least match that if it's a close game, right? With BC and Saskatchewan, the last couple of games being ahead most of the time, they were just like, okay, let's keep driving the ball. If the pressure's on the Elks to try to do something with it, and they never really could. The hook and ladder.
You got to say it in your voice.
Hook and ladder. We're hook and ladder now. Is that the voice you meant?
The hook and ladder. Okay, this is an interesting point, Reid. So the hook and ladder. Quarterback throws the ball to a slot back hook.
Yeah.
7 yards down the field. Pitch and catch, easy completion. But out of the backfield or from the other side of the field comes another receiver.
Yeah.
Who's coming. As soon as that ball is delivered, the receiver catches it and pitches it, laterals it backwards, which is legal, to an incoming player to take it out and rush it up the sideline. This play is underutilized, in my opinion. You could do this.
I think Travis Kelce agrees with you.
No, but you could
he's
have,
done a form of it when he's pitched it across the field.
Reid,
right?
the lateral is legal.
Yes, of course.
You could have a whole downfield, arrangement with your receivers that, hey guys, when Dunbar gets this across the middle, you're looking for him and you're trying to get open and call for it. I mean, but if it was properly planned and you practice that could be lethal. Kind of like a rugby style of downfield running, of yards after catch. I'm surprised it's not used more. Now, the hook and ladder is a design, just one-off kind of play. But, I mean, you could literally build a downfield rushing attack based off of that.
Or you could catch it on one side of the field and throw it all the way across.
Yeah. If you have athletic people as receivers that can throw the ball,
and we've seen that on punt returns. I think wasn't Bowman involved in it on Labor Day one year, where a punt returner catches the ball on one side of the field, goes forward like 3 steps, and then turns and throws it backward. Well, the Music City Miracle,
sure,
which I know Bills fans still feel went forward. I don't think it did. I think it went straight sideways.
I do too.
So it was legal because straight sideways is legal. That's still a lateral.
Yes. I like the hook and ladder. I like the option of
Travis Kelce has done not a hook and ladder, but he's done where he's been running and then he's just turned his shoulders to the sideline.
Yeah,
and because
nobody's paying attention.
Of course, the defensive players aren't covering that guy anymore.
Exactly. Could be it's underutilized.
We'll see if the Elks try something goofy on the week. It'd be great if they tried all of these.
Do you think that there might be a little bit of razzle dazzle this weekend from the Elks?
No.
No.
Well, it appears that McSimics doesn't think that way.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been they have called the jet sweep a couple of times. I think they've faked a reverse a couple of times, when they ran it up the middle. But it seems to be very much like we're doing these things and we're going to try doing them until we perfect them. And in several games, it hasn't worked well enough.
Right.
So no, I would say no. I don't expect that.
Do
you?
Yeah. Because they haven't yet. And
fake a kick, something?
I don't know. I'd like to see something different on offense. Just something. Give me something.
Well, they're probably thinking we changed the quarterback. What else do you want us to do?
What's the fumble Rooski?
I think, isn't that an intentional fumble where you kind of roll it, fumble it, but fumble it forward?
Right.
But you can't actually roll the ball forward. I think that's what a fumble Rooski is. Did somebody suggest it?
Yeah, Collingwood Rob said the Elks should run the old fumble.
I think we got to look up exactly what it is. We got a special guest coming up, the new head coach of the Edmonton Huskies, when we get back.
Sir Anthony Dominguez is now a Jay being traded from the Orioles in exchange for Warren Watts-Brown. He's active in their game against Baltimore as they're underway in the top of the first, tied at 0's Jays with 2 outs, a runner on first base, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at bat. Other action sees the Rockies and Guardians warming up before the D-backs take on the Tigers. And from E-Town, the Riverhawks and Night Owls open up a 3-game series. Tune into the game on EST's audio streams. Coverage for that one begins just after 8 o'clock. Meanwhile, EST's Tom Gazzola reporting after Elks practice that Jake Seresna was a full participant wearing a knee brace on the field, while Nick Anderson was absent but was not listed on the Elks injury report. Zach Mathis, Royce Meche, and Michael Baudrick not on the field. Well, from Cleveland in the NFL, Martin Emerson Jr. of the Browns injured his Achilles. He will undergo imaging to see the extent of the injury. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, the show continues after a brief pause. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I want them to win. I want people to start going back to the games. I want to see success for the staff. The offense sputters. The defense, again, struggling mightily. Just look at the statistical categories and where they rank in that. There's only been a few glimmers of hope this season, unfortunately.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Salute to Service is back. Your Edmonton Elks battle the Hamilton Tiger Cats Saturday, August 2nd, 1300 hours. We're incredibly grateful for all those who serve our community, so we're dedicating this game to them with a celebration for all service workers, featuring a pre-game flyover by the Royal Canadian Air Force, and see who wins our inaugural Salute to Service Cup flag football tournament. EE Salute to Service, presented by James H. Brown & Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Tickets start at just $20. Score yours now at goelks.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Okay, hope you're having a great afternoon. Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports in a new studio. We're having a great day here. Day one of full broadcasting from our new location. We, of course, are presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today. Deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. Yeah, a lot of football going on. We've been talking a lot about the Elks and the CFL and the Prairie Football Conference getting ready to go next weekend. The new head coach who joins us now of the Edmonton Huskies is Marshall Klein. Marshall, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing, sir?
Doing well, sirs. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, we're excited to talk some junior football. This is an exciting time. Camps have opened. Things are happening. But Marshall, let's just dive into a bit and find out a bit more about who you are. What was your football journey, and how did you end up becoming the head coach of the Edmonton Huskies?
Yeah, my football journey started kind of when I was in the Adam Pee-wee age. I started playing football out in Thunder Bay, Ontario. I grew up primarily in Winnipeg. In Winnipeg, I was lucky enough to play for St. Paul's Crusaders, which was one of the powerhouse programs in the country. From there, Coach Morris, I guess President Morris now, recruited me from Winnipeg to come to the University of Alberta. And I came out here after a couple of years there. I finished my 1 year with the Okanagan Sun, moved back to Edmonton from Kelowna. I don't know why I missed it so much, but I just did. Started with the Edmonton Huskies as an assistant offensive line coach, and I've just kind of worked my way up until now.
There's been quite a bit of turnover with the Edmonton Huskies coaching staff, obviously including yourself being named the head coach back in March. How has the transition gone, both for you becoming the head coach as well as being surrounded by a lot of new faces in the Husky house in terms of the coaching staff?
I think it was needed. I think from where we were this past year and how we ended, we needed a revamp. Obviously, we have some key pieces coming back, like Jeff Tober coming back as our defensive coordinator is very important, and some other guys in supporting roles. But where we were with our communication and where we were with our game planning, we needed to revamp everything, get some new ideas, get some fresh blood in to kind of revamp the culture and change what I wanted to be changed.
So your home opener is August 10th against the Regina Thunder. EST will actually be broadcasting there. We'll be doing a pregame show live from Jasper Place Bowl, so that's going to be exciting. But what do you do between the start of camp and then? Do you guys have an exhibition game, by the way, Marshall?
Yes, we have one this Friday.
And who are you playing?
The Edmonton Wildcats.
You are playing the Wildcats?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. It's been a while because I was involved with the Wildcats. A little bit of backstory about myself. I was a vice president with the Wildcats for 2 seasons. And that was something that it just made so much sense for us to say, well, why aren't we exhibitioning against or crosstown rivals, or, you know, and back then it was, well, the game plans and then they're going to know too much. And, you know, so I'm very happy to hear that. Where's the game, by the way, Marshall?
It's going to be at Torres Field out in Fort Saskatchewan. All the gates going to get donated to Fort Saskatchewan Minor Football.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's Friday night at 7?
Friday night, 8 p.m. Nice and late.
8 p.m. Ooh, under the lights. Okay, well, that's exciting. I might have to make a little bit of a trip out there. So what do you do from the start of camp till your home opener against Regina, you know, to get the game plan instilled, to get the offense instilled? You know, how do you manage that? Is it something that you trickle in, or is it something you dump on them and then say, hey, we got to get rolling with this? How do you do it, Marshall, now that you're the head coach?
Well, we've been fortunate to be able to go and have so many winter and summer practices. So I think in the winter we were able to get 5 practices in indoor facilities. which led into our spring camp, which was another 5 total practices. And then over the summer, I think we were able to get onto the field about 20 times. Not full practices, but we're able to get out there quite often and try and install what we can in chunks. So we were tasked with installing an entire new system in pretty much 10 days was our entire main camp, which we've been able to do just because we've spread it out over this winter and this summer. Ultimately, what this camp has been used for is kind of installing our culture, our standard moving forward, or compete, just kind of all the things that are behind the scenes, and then kind of more polishing what we've installed so far so that when we roll into this exhibition game, we'll be good at what our base plays are, and then come week 1 preparation for Regina, we'll add in some wrinkles for coaches and systems that we know we're going to see and build off from there.
So, as you know, as you just mentioned, I mean, you were recruited in several different instances in your career. That is a huge part of success in the PFC and CJFL. How has your recruiting class been for the Huskies, and who are some notable new names to watch on the Edmonton Huskies this year?
Yeah, we did quite well in recruiting. I was quite happy with who we ended up bringing in. I think there's some elite talent on both sides of the football. Some kids who have definitely surprised us with how talented they are. And some kids that will probably be kind of centerpieces for us for 5 years moving forward. I think on the defensive side of the ball, 2 names that really stand out to me are Brody Bursey, who's a interior linebacker from Parkland, and Chris Mattiello, who's a linebacker out of AOB. Those 2 are flying around, pushing each other, pushing veterans, and probably have some of the highest level of compete that I've seen at any level of post-secondary football. And then on the offensive side of the ball, we've kind of have 2 young offensive linemen, Logan Mark, who's from Parkland, and Ashton Tran, who comes from ME Lazert, who've elevated their game and have been able to step in against guys 3, 4, 5 years older than themselves and compete really well. And then to kind of round that out, our quarterback, Wes Neitz, out of Beaumont, has had a phenomenal spring camp and a phenomenal main camp.
Marshall, you got to read here. You mentioned the Golden Bears connection. So just to clarify, now we got the coach of the Oilers, Elks, Stingers, and Huskies, all played for Golden Bears football or hockey, which is pretty cool. But what's the biggest impact or 2 that Chris Morris had on you while you were playing there?
I feel like I could write an essay. One that would be like for a personal standpoint is that Chris was really big on in your life, always pushing yourself to be the best that you can and always taking accountability for the shortcomings you have in life. I think he instilled that in everybody who played under him, is that if you're not getting the results that you want, that's the time that you look in the mirror and you kind of assess what you need to change and do different, and never be the guy who points a finger and starts playing the blame game. I think from a football standpoint, I think the biggest thing that Chris instilled in myself is using your platform as a football program, as a football coach, as a football player, to really give back to the community and to kind of help inspire the next generations of athletes, but to also just help those who support us and allow us to keep playing football in this great city.
Marshall Klein joining us, Edmonton Huskies head coach. Marshall, I have one more for you. Thank you for your time, by the way. I know you're probably in between your day job and your evening job, and you're getting ready for practice, so we really appreciate it. I wanted to ask you this, because do you think that social media has changed the rivalry between the Edmonton Huskies and the Edmonton Wildcats? Because when I played, social media wasn't really a thing. This was the late 90s, early 2000s. But now players know each other. Players know, especially the high-end talent that you would get or the Wildcats would get. They know each other. They've played against each other. They've been at selection camps. They've maybe formed relationships. So has that weakened the rivalry, or would you say that's actually strengthened it now?
I think it's strengthened it. I know when I was at the U of A, if we knew a Dinos player and we were going back and forth, it almost elevated that kind of competition. I would say that social media has definitely changed a lot of things, but I don't think you can change the kind of rivalry between the crosstown teams here. And if anything, it just makes it more personal with some of these kids leading up into the game and talking all their smack, kind of not out in the open, but kind of private messages and all of that, and then let it out on the field.
Well, Marshall, we look forward to following your team throughout the season. And of course, we're going to cover the Wildcats as well. You guys have a rivalry, but on air, we try to make it as equal as possible. But thanks for saying hi to us. Congrats on getting the position. And first of all the best in the exhibition game on Friday and, of course, in the upcoming season.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Marshall Klein checking in. Good to meet him, the new head coach of the Edmonton Huskies. So he must have played with Ilnicki then. He was around 16, 17. I guess I could have asked him.
I suppose, yeah.
But a huge impact that Chris Morris had on him, and now he takes over the Huskies.
And that's just great. I mean, the coaching, especially at that level, is a thankless job. I mean, these guys aren't getting paid. They're not making a pile of dough as a head coach. They're doing it because they love the game. They're doing it because they want to be an influence on these very impressionable age young men. And I just tip my hat to any of them. We're going to have, hopefully later in the week, hopefully Thursday, the head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats, Kevin Wildrich. And both these guys are just, they're taking over from coaches that have been doing it a long time as well.
Yeah.
So good for them. Good for Marshall. Very well spoken. I wish them the best of luck. I can't wear my Wildcats hat all the time.
Right.
But hey, look at this. I'll say this honestly. If you have two Edmonton teams that are competitive, that is really good for the landscape of the CJFL.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the only city that has two functioning, very productive teams that have been successful. But unfortunately, it usually has one team that's good, one team that's been getting the snot kicked out of them. And recently, the good team's been the Huskies, and the other team's been the Wildcats. So hopefully that starts evening out here as the years go along. But that was a great interview.
Yeah. Well, you set it up. Good job, buddy.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. Once again, I do nothing to prepare for the show. All right. We got a limerick here from Bronco Neck. He emailed Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The EST crew are live from HQ2. Everything smells like paint so new. Jay's losing bad. They're back so rad. Waiting for the bash to have a few with you two. That is from Bronco Nick.
Well, we might as well carry on with VR Montenegro.
Sure.
End of day one at ESTHQ V2. Congratulations go out to all of the crew. All genuine, no fakes. Grinding, all gas, no brakes. Nasties, come on out to the bash where I hope to meet you.
Nasty Bash. Is it next Friday already?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, so what happened there this morning? Dustin announced that you got an email and you can be added to the invite list?
I think so, something like that.
Even if you're not a member of the Nasty Club?
Right.
Is that correct, Coob?
That is correct. And I actually texted Maddie about it, and he's like, check your emails. It's all in our emails, but it's nastybash@edmontonsportstalk.com if you're interested in participating. And
Maddie sent an email about that?
Rugby Club. Yeah, he sends too many emails.
I seriously do not have that email.
I don't think I have that email.
It's under Nasty Bash info.
I have one, Nasty Bash and prizing.
I have Nasty Bash.
Oh, no, there it is. For people to get tickets, they need to RSVP to nastybash@edmontonsportstalk.com.
There it is. There, I got the email too, Reid.
Yes, but I was focusing on the prizing part of it.
It says for people to get tickets.
Yeah, why are they in quotations? Are they
tickets.
not real tickets, everybody?
Well, maybe they're e-tickets.
Is he luring people somewhere?
Yeah, maybe. How do we know where these tickets are sent to?
Right.
So, yeah, if you want to go to the Nasty Batch, which is a week from this Friday, August 8th, at the St. Albert Rugby Club, Fergie's stronghold.
And we're doing this show from there, and the Green and Gold kickoff show, and the Green and Gold postgame show.
That'll be interesting.
You're going to see live programming, whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Come be a part of the program.
Because the Elks are in Montreal for Friday Night Football.
You know what we should do for that show, Reid?
We're dressed in full equipment.
No, we should. Well, I don't know when the doors open for it, but we'll be on when the doors are open. We should get a few live limerick reads.
I think so.
From the regulars, from the Bronco Nicks of the world, from the VR Montenegros, from the Big Ukes.
We could try that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure of the timing, but we'll find out.
We can try.
That's a good idea. You have a lot of good ideas. I really don't have any.
You say that, but you do. You're the idea man. RSVP to nastybash@edmontonsportstalk.com.
All right, there you go. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. We are going to Ask about your favorite Oiler, but not in the way that you think. And we also have, I'm going to confront Jason Milne about, I think, something he has that is problematic. I'm going to confront you about it. That's all coming up in the final hour. Yes.
Oh, no.
Two guys and a goalie.
How much should we, as media and a lot of fans in this town, how much should everybody expect to have a noticeable difference, if any, with the staff?
I don't think there's going to be too much difference, really.
Still the same head coach, right? So it's
still the same head coach. Are you going to blow up the power play? It's not going to happen.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind 360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind 360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind 360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
The back end of the Jays-Orioles doubleheader is underway. Bottom of the second, Jays up 1-0. Eric Lauer on the mound for Toronto. A newly acquired Sir Anthony Dominguez is active for the Jays. He was traded from Baltimore in exchange for Warren Watts-Brown. Back in Edmonton, the Riverhawks open their series against the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of ESC's audio streams as we join midway through the contest just after 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, ESPN's Adam Schefter has reported that the Bengals star Trey Hendrickson is planning to end his holdout to report to camp tomorrow, with no deal agreed upon just yet. And not reporting to practice results in a $50,000 fine. And according to EST's Tom Gazzola, Cody Fajardo took first team reps at practice for the Elks while Nick Anderson was absent. Anderson, however, was not listed on the injury report, while Zach Mathis and Royce Meche were off the field. And Michael Broderick hit the 6-game injured list. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Look how much room we have. It's just so cool in here.
Yeah, like we
Shots
can.
different. And people might be, if people didn't know we were moving or didn't really. Oh, don't hit the TV! Don't hit the TV! And don't say that word. Don't say that word too much.
I don't know if it got picked up.
That's be careful. Well, I've said that word a couple times.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Coob's like, what is going on over here?
Coob is like, why is
what
Jay
this,
knocking the
amateur
TV
hour?
we don't want another incident with a television. Do you know how hard I worked to put the TV stand together? Oh wait, that wasn't me.
Is it still centered, Coob, or did I knock it off kilter?
I think it's fine.
I think we're fine. I think you just bumped
This
it.
show's gone
You
off the
just
rails.
Grazed it.
Wow.
Yeah, we need
Don't
some
pull a
rails for your
gager.
chair so you can't get
think I bumped it
around
off
too
the-
much. Oh my goodness.
I think I bumped it off the wall. Yeah, that was sure an exciting part of yesterday. Hey, Reid, putting together the TV
not being
stands?
able to build the TV stands.
That
So
was-
did I tell the? No, I'm not handy, and I don't try to be handy. And when you handed me or somebody handed me the instruction book, because I feel like you sensed my horror right away. When Matthew handed me the instruction book and said, "I'm halfway through, pick it up on step 6," I knew I was in for it. If he would have said, "Here's the unopened box, start from the beginning and do it," I might have been slow and I might have been clumsy, but I would have been more comfortable. Starting halfway through, and some of the screws, it's like, oh, take screw D. It's in this little bag. Some of them were like, I was hopeless. It
was a bit of a fool's errand.
The video showed.
It was a bit of a fool's errand. Nobody should
Well, I am
ever
a fool.
Nobody should ever hand that project halfway.
But you would have been better. A lot of people would have been better at it.
Hey, we got it done, baby.
Well, not with my assistance.
Well,
I think I did put a couple little things in.
Yeah, it looks good.
But so did I tell the elliptical story on air yesterday or not?
I think so.
Okay, I won't tell it again.
Well, which
Well,
one?
I was putting my elliptical together.
No, I don't think you did.
So
You
I was
told
putting.
it to
I got
me.
the people. I've talked about getting the elliptical. I guess November, December, and I was putting it together. And I had the base, and I'd put a couple things on the base of it, and then it was okay. This screw goes here. This screw goes here, and then it was the things that were going to pop up to anchor the other things onto it. And I could not get these screws in, and I'm like, I must have the wrong size. And no, I was like, no, that looks like the one. It's how you can put them on the page and measure them. And I'm like, everything seems fine. And I was getting so mad. Like I was just getting so mad. Like I'm ready to smash the thing. And then I realized I had the base upside down.
Yeah.
So the holes that I was trying to put the screws into weren't deep enough. You flip it over. Oh, that's how it's supposed to. I was so mad.
That happens to everybody.
So I was reading, because, these instruction manuals don't have any text. It's all just pictures. So they're good for any language. And they generally are pretty good. I mean, there might be a little bit of language, but I was just like, what am I doing wrong? Like I must be misreading these. I'm going to have to take it apart and start over. And it's like, so I was reading the instructions properly.
Yeah.
When I put this base together, I didn't realize it had to be flipped back over to a different position to then start building it up.
Hey, don't worry, Reid.
So
It happens to everybody.
No, it doesn't happen to everybody.
Especially, men of your age, it happens to everybody.
Jeez. I'm a clumsy man. I am not handy at all. I'm the first to admit it. Now, I can putting bookshelves together, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty straightforward.
Literally. Yes.
Yes. You just
make it look like a bookcase.
I put together a couple bookcases. I put together a couple calyxes. Do people know what the calyx is?
I wouldn't know.
That's the IKEA. And there's it's just with the square. So every square is 13 by 13. They're called calyxes.
Are they?
Yeah, they're good.
We have a couple of those in our toy room.
Good for storing board games.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And kids' toys.
So
did you get the basket that goes into the calyx?
No, I got it open at the beginning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might have. Did I do those myself? My dad might have helped me because there might have been some parts where you sort of have to balance or make sure somebody's.
So I would imagine after you had assembled your calyx, this was the sound heard in the Wilkins home.
Dun, da, da, da.
Exactly. I displayed it proudly.
Just standing
around
in front
my
of
house.
it, just screaming.
Dun, da, da, da.
Is it weird calling it the Wilkins home when I live alone?
No, it is. Who else's home is it?
Well, that's true. I guess it is a Wilkins.
What's the
living
mail
there, but it's
say?
not like a family.
That's fine. How do you know? Could be a family of centipedes in the basement.
Well, there probably are.
Probably
spiders
are.
in the basement.
Sure.
They generally keep to themselves.
My kids found a snake yesterday.
In the house?
Out in our yard.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Garter snake.
Yeah, that makes sense. In the house, I'd be a little bit like,
Is it a gardener? Or, like, it's not a gardener snake. It's a gartner snake, I believe.
Yeah, I've never thought of it. It's not a garden snake.
It's not a gardener snake.
It's a
is it a garter or gartner?
Gartner snake.
Gartner snake.
Let's look it up. If only we had Wikipedia on our...
But I do
it's garter snake.
Garter.
Yes, garter snake. GAR, we put an N in there for some reason. But yes, it's not a garden snake. That was like when I was a kid.
Right.
When people would be like, oh, I found a garden snake. And I'd be like, no, you didn't. Just like the kid that used to The one kid we'd play soccer, and he would always say, if we didn't play on a formal field, you'd kind of put the boots down for the nets and
couldn't
say,
have
hey, don't go too far off to the side.
Old Evansburg couldn't have a net up.
And if somebody was way off to the side, be like, hey, like don't that's too far. The one guy would be like, it's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. And then finally my buddy got mad at him. He's like, it's not bounds. It's bounds. And I was like, no, it's out of bounds. Oh, what is it? My buddy's like, whoa, would the ball actually stop bouncing? Like, what, it can't bounce anymore? Like, we're in grade 3, and he's just yelling at him. But it is out of bounds. It's not out of bounce. Ball's out of bounce. Garter snake, not garden snake.
And not Gartner.
Not Gartner, which we momentarily and accidentally thought that it was. Oh, my goodness. We have fun doing this show, don't we? Let's do an audience limerick first. We have one here from Tube Socks. The show always sounded real slick, but now they've got visuals that kick. Tube Socks set the stage like a graphic design sage. Now it looks super sharp for their shtick. Pretty good from Tube Socks.
Very good.
He emailed us. Did he email you as well?
Nope.
Some people
he
send
never
it to
emails
both.
me.
He doesn't. Tube Socks doesn't email you?
Nope.
Wow, Tuber.
Must be on the naughty list.
You're on Tube Socks' naughty list.
Well, Tube Socks did create this, right?
Yes.
Like the imaging and the logos
and stuff, yeah.
And both hang out in here. He did a great job.
Amazing job.
William Huff came in and did, and put it up, amongst other things. I mean, William Huff, what can you say?
They're phenomenal.
I mean, that sign out there, that makes us look legit.
William Huff sponsors our off-topic topic, which today was, tell us about a time you got mad at your boss. We've had virtually no submissions.
No, we have had some.
But we were hoping for a story about, like something really heated or awkward.
Let's see how this one goes.
Okay.
This is from Andrew the accountant. I remember when I was working at EB Games, we had our district manager come in and ask that we rearrange the whole store for the next day because the president was coming the next day. I had to stay at the store till 3 a.m. following her exact plan. She came in at 8 a.m. and told me she didn't like how it looked and that the president wasn't coming anymore. I just threw down her plan on the table, told her she can stay till 3 a.m. fixing it, and went home. Probably not how I should have handled it, but I was 19 and cranky. Well, I think that's fine to handle it that way.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind
make
of a
up your mind.
disappointment. Like, is the
District
president
manager
coming to do it or not? Right.
Jeez. Barry the Cheater also says, I'm going to throw this out there. You two make the new studio look good.
Okay.
Congrats on the new digs, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about all this. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I guess we were hoping for some sort of a shouting match or, maybe at a law firm, two lawyers getting into it or like a partner getting into it with a junior partner or something like that. Maybe people just don't like sharing that type of a story.
That's true.
They don't want to share about the time they were subordinate.
Or lash out.
Or, yeah.
Right? We've got another limerick from a Teef.
Oh, now is this?
Well, I don't know if this is an AI
Teef or
an AI
Teef.
Teef.
I saw a Teef.
Did you?
At Taste of Edmonton.
Oh,
I saw Coach Mike at Taste of Edmonton.
Nice.
Obviously, I saw Pat from the Banquet and the Brew House and Ribeye. I saw Nathan from Pasta Pantry. Well, apparently that one listener last week saw me, but was too shy to say hello.
This is like, what was that story, the kid's story, where it's like, I see Johnny and Nathan from Pasta Pantry.
That's right.
And Pat from
That's
the
what my
Banquet.
experience was like.
What was that called? Was that the reading room?
I
or-
don't know.
What was that
That
called?
was not something I watched. I don't
It was
think.
like through a window.
Not
And
Polka
I
Dot
see
Door,
Coach
was
Mike? Yes, the Polka Dot
it?
Door.
Did they have that on Polka Dot Door?
Yeah.
I used to watch that.
And then
Was
like
that
she'd say your name
Pokeroo?
one day and you're like, oh my gosh, she sees me. She sees
Oh,
into
right.
my house.
It's like they're looking at through the
They're just
TV
saying
at you.
random kid's name.
Right.
Sorry, Coop. You can go with the music
Yeah.
again. Sorry, buddy.
Who else? I thought I saw somebody else at Taste of Edmonton. Another listener. I can't remember. What's happening? Is Coop still... the different setup here, I can't really see Coop. Apparently it was Romper Room.
Romper
Polka
Room,
Dot Door.
sure.
And didn't Polka Dot Door have the dinosaur named Pokeroo?
Good question.
And they do the thing where one of the hosts would go off and change into it and then come back and then the kids would be like, oh, you missed Pokeroo. Oh, I can't believe I just missed Pokeroo. Just always like when Peter Parker shows up after a Spider-Man fight and Mary Jane's like, where were you? Oh, a desk fell on me, Mary Jane. I guess I was knocked out. Spider-Man just saved me, though. Now I'm here and I love you.
You didn't watch the Polka Dot Door?
No, I did watch the Polka Dot Door.
The Polka Dot Door.
I didn't watch Romper
Romper
Room. I
Room.
think that was after I was a kid. Or
Right.
maybe we didn't have the channel. It's very possible we didn't have the channel.
Dang it, Coop. Sorry. I'll do it this time.
And VR says it was a mirror. VR is quite on top of this romper room stuff. Like VR Montenegro knows more about kids shows than perhaps anything. What are we laughing at? Oh, that the band's still playing?
AI Teeth. This one comes in from AI Teeth. At Taste of Edmonton's bright scene, Reid Wilkins was spotted, so keen. With a grin and a bite, he brought pure delight as he shared all of his foodie routine. That comes in from a Teeth.
That's pretty good. Now, is he getting AI help to write that? But you have to feed AI what you want it to be about, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, full points. That's all right. The magic mirror from the romper room.
That's what was on Romper Room?
I believe.
So write a limerick about... Well, I can't. This takes too long.
Oh, we've got 45 minutes.
Well, I'm not going to do it while I'm sitting here on the show. We appreciate you
What were
tuning
we
in
doing?
this afternoon. I don't know what we're doing. Let's do the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. Here's what I can tell you. The Edmonton Oil Kings are going to name their new head coach Thursday at 10:30. There's going to be a news conference at Rogers Place. Apparently, this is somebody told me today it's a decent sized name. Because there's some scuttle that this is going to be, holy crap, that's the coach of the Oil Kings. Maybe it won't be quite to that extent, but apparently this is going to be, again, a decent sized name. Now, I don't know if that's in the world of hockey or just in the world of junior hockey, because that would be two different things, would it not?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that. I think we should save...
Is it like the size of the spelling of the name that's decently
it's
sized?
just somebody with like 14 letters. It's
an average size name.
Cleon Daskalaskis, the former goal. That's a real guy.
Cleon Daskalaskis.
That's a real guy. You don't remember him?
No,
the
Reid.
Bruins.
I don't remember Cleon Daskalaskis.
Cleon Daskalaskis. Daskalakis. See, I could have spelled that. He's now 62 years of age. From Boston. He played for Boston University. He played for the Bruins. Not a lot. He played like 12 games in the NHL. He went 3-4-1 with an .815 save percentage and a 4.35 goals against average. Played in the 1981 World Junior Tournament for the United States. Yeah, I just remember that name. Well, Canada did not do well on that tournament. We were 7th out of 8 teams in the 1981 World Juniors. So anyway, the Oil Kings will name their new head coach on Thursday at 10:30. Going to be the 6th head coach in team history. Luke Pierce, the coach for the last few years. They decided to move on from him. After the season, the Oil Kings, of course, lost in 7 games in the first round of PA in the playoffs this year after being up 3-1. We had sort of a fun Oilers topic, but we'll save it now because we have other things to talk about too.
We can do it in the next segment.
Well, I think we need to do what I need to help you get over something.
Oh my gosh!
Well, I need to help. I need you.
What if I don't want your help?
I want you to appreciate a group of people that you underappreciate.
What? I love everyone.
Yes, you do. But perhaps you could love everybody more equally.
Wow. I don't know about that.
Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today. Deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. You don't think that you could appreciate some people more than you appreciate them?
I'm sure I can now that you're saying it. I just don't know why we have to air this out in public, in a public forum such as this.
You're the one who's established this. Once we get into it, you'll see why I'm bringing it up.
Am I going to look like a giant?
No, I'm just going to give you some information and perhaps see if you would like to acknowledge it.
Wow.
And if it will change your attitude about a certain group of people.
This could have happened in the confines of our bullpen,
Not really.
Okay.
It's good talk show fodder.
Bring it on, bro.
All right, it's 5:19. We got the coop.
The back end of the Jays-Orioles doubleheader is underway. Top of the third, Jays up 1-0. 1 out for Toronto, Addison Barger at bat. Newly acquired Sir Anthony Dominguez is active for Toronto. He was traded just over an hour ago from Baltimore in exchange for Warren Watts-Brown. And back in Edmonton, the Riverhawks open their series against the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams. We join midway through the contest just after 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, ESPN's Adam Schefter has reported that Bengals star Trey Hendrickson is planning to end his holdout to report to camp tomorrow with no deal agreed upon just yet. Not reporting to practice results in a $50,000 fine. For the Elks, Michael Baudrick hits the 6-game injured list, while Zach Mathis and Royce Metier missed practice earlier today. And according to ESC's Tom Gazzola, Cody Fajardo took first-team reps on the field while Nick Anderson was absent for the Elks. Anderson, however, was not listed on the injured report. The Reid Wilkins Show returns on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Yes, goaltending needed to be better. Again, Senior Boots, you're not listening. We're not sitting here saying they got there because of goaltending, but goaltending was a part of, they had back-to-back shutouts.
Hey, yeah, one guy had 3 shutouts in 4 games. The other guy went 7-0 until the Cup final when he started his first game and lost.
You can't say despite of goaltending. Yes. Goaltending won him some games.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Tonight on Will It Store? 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hang on, Coop. We may need another half hour of commercials. So, Matthew Owonick has been kind enough to give Jay and I candy. It's been sitting there. It is. So they're these little soda fries. So they're basically gummy sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's kind of sour.
Oh, they're Matt's.
They are, to say they're chewy would be an understatement. They are, I've been working on this one for 3 or 4 minutes. As soon as we went to break. And I think I got it down to a swallowable size. Oh my God.
You went a little overkill.
Holy crap. Well, how did you eat yours?
I had 1.
I only had 2.
And it took enough time. I cannot imagine doubling.
Wow. Don't ever let those sit. If you own soda fries, do not let them sit around. Oh, that was nearly tragic. That was quite the ordeal. That was harder than moving anything that we moved.
That was a battle, all right.
Oh,
I'm glad you came out.
I'm going to be picking that out of my teeth for weeks.
I'm glad you're on the other side.
If I made it through somehow.
Oh, baby.
Hope you're having a great afternoon. We certainly are. We are at our new location. If you've had time to jump into the Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube stream, you see what the new studio looks like. You saw the hangout from 9 to 11 earlier today. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, click that like button. If you already have, send the show link to somebody else and say, hey, check these guys out. Give them a thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Oh my, those are some chewy soda fries.
Might have to wait till the show's over.
Well, I got to try them next commercial. I have a couple sitting here.
Go ahead, try one right now.
No,
Show everybody the struggles.
I'm not having one right now.
Come on,
that'll be a little too distracting.
Let's make theater.
It would be theater for sure. Reid versus the soda fries. What are my books?
Part
Reid
1.
Wilkins and the Chamber of Thoughts. Reid Wilkins and the
Tomb. Isn't there a tome?
Yeah, I don't remember all of them. Coop was keeping track of them for a while, but Reid Wilkins and the Reid Wilkins and the dried up soda fries. Doesn't sound fancy enough. Needed a different type of word.
Reid Wilkins on the anatomy of a soda fry.
They are really something. Rip Van Winkle in the Nasty Chat. That's the chat stream going on YouTube. You can also call it the Diabolical Dialogue between 3 and 6. Rip Van Winkle says, does anybody remember the show Rainbow with Zippy? I don't.
What was Rainbow with Zippy?
I don't. Nobody remembers it.
Let's find out.
Must have been a kid's show.
Ooh.
We have an AI generator. Oh, what was it? You got it already?
I don't know. You recall that character?
Nope. That's a creepy. It looks like a hamburger with a mouth. It looks like an undercooked hamburger with a mouth.
It looks like an attempt at making a poor man's hamburger.
It looks like you get E. coli just from watching that show. Like, hey, how'd your kids get sick? I don't know. They were watching Rainbow with Zippy, and then all of a sudden they were crapping their pants.
What a creepy looking thing.
Yeah, if I do remember that show, I probably blocked it out.
Stuffed bear beside it.
What is that?
That looks like an Ewok.
So it's like a mutant hamburger as the main character, and then he has Chewbacca's illegitimate son as his sidekick. That's the duo on Rainbow with Zippy. My goodness.
What? And this can't be true. This episode's called Naughty Zippy.
Maybe it was a naughty puppet show. Did you ever see Meet the Feebles?
It's Naughty Zippy. Jeez. Meet the Feebles. No.
So Meet the Feebles, I believe it was directed by Peter Jackson, who years later went on to make Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. And Meet the Feebles is kind of behind the scenes at a show a bit like The Muppets. And it's really behind the scenes. Like, it is one of the filthiest movies you will ever see.
Really?
Yeah, and it's puppets. Like, it's like, oh, look, we're kids puppets. And it's just, it is a perverse piece of work.
Wow.
I loved it.
You would.
It's called Meet the Feebles. Again, I'm not recommending it because if somebody looks this up tonight and is offended by it, Reid told me to watch it. No, I'm not telling you to watch it. I'm just talking about it on my
Reid
talk
told
show.
me it's a kid's movie.
No, I didn't. Meet the Feebles is not a kid's movie. Put a thumbs up in the Nasty Chat if you've seen Meet the Feebles.
Good one.
Yeah, you can do that. Let's crunch the numbers here for Gallo LLP, Chartered Professional Accountants. They go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John at Gallo LLP if you'd like to discuss how they can crunch your numbers and help your business grow. The website, gallollp.ca. See how Gallo LLP can help your business grow. Now, Jay, I have some numbers for you, and I hope they are going to help you appreciate a certain group of people. Would you like to know what group of people this is? These
referees.
people are CFL place kickers.
Oh, God. Okay.
Now, if you're new to the program, why don't you describe to everybody how you feel about kickers? And you mean punters and place kickers?
Yeah.
Kickers. How do you feel about them?
Well, Reid, kickers have one job. It's not like in even junior football where you might have a kicker that's also your cornerback.
Right.
or your wide receiver for you. Nope. When you're a professional kicker, you have one job. You don't even practice with the rest of the team. In fact, you're relegated to an end zone for most of the practice, practicing kicking. And then when your number's called, hey, special teams, there's your chance. So as somebody that has one job, I would expect to be very accurate at that job, very good at that job, because that's what you practice every day.
Right.
So have I been hard on kickers? Yes.
So you basically think a place kicker should never miss?
I wouldn't say never. But within 40 yards, yes, 100% you should be.
Okay.
I mean, there's 2 kickers in the CFL. Well, you
probably have the stats, the numbers.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
bring
let's
it on.
just consider. Oh, you brought up the same page I did all of a sudden once I started talking about this. How convenient. I wouldn't even think you realized that kickers' stats were kept.
They have a stat category for kickers?
Mark Leggio from the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They're here on Saturday, 1 p.m. Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. We have the Green and Gold kickoff show at noon with you and a special guest who we will announce tomorrow. Mark Leggio is 18 for 18 this season. Do you know what percentage that is for field goals? That's 100%, Jay. You would like him, wouldn't you?
I would
If he was your
love
kicker,
him.
He was
yes.
he's perfect. Sean White of the BC Lions. I think Sean White is now in the conversation, or perhaps it's already decided, as the greatest kicker in CFL history. He'd be up there. He'd be up there. He'd have to be up there.
Yeah, I'm sure you could look at, some kickers that had long tenures, but certainly in recent memory, he's just automatic.
Well, this year he's 17 for 17.
Oh,
you know
man.
what percentage that is? Well, that's 100. That's really good. Wouldn't you like him if he were on your team?
Man, it's too bad he's not an Elk.
Yeah, imagine if we had him.
Imagine if you had a kicker like him.
Imagine if there was a coach who saw some value in him. Now, maybe he wanted to go back to Vancouver too, but still. Sergio Castillo. Imagine if we had him. Kicks for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He's 13 out of 14. He made a 58-yarder this season. 92.9%. Is that acceptable? Jose Maltos from Montreal, 92%, made a 58-yarder. He's 23 out of 25. Is that pretty good?
Wow.
Okay, 2 misses you're okay with? 25 attempts, eh? Well,
but Jose Maltos has missed one under 40. That's where I'll hold that one a little bit.
You even have more detailed stats than I do. I don't have the misses.
He's 20 of 21 under 40 yards. You need to be perfect under 40 yards, in my opinion.
Then the name that everybody loves to say for Toronto, Liram Hiralahu. I think I got it.
Good job.
He's 90%. 18 out of 20. Made a 56-yarder at one point. Lewis Ward, 19 out of 23. A little lower, but he's been a very, very good kicker. 82.6%. Right here at Edmonton, Vincent Blanchard. Or do we say it Vincent Blanchard? He's 9 out of 11. Now, to me, that's kind of damning on the Elks offense that they don't move the ball into scoring range a lot.
Yeah.
Now, 81.8%, maybe not great, but remember, he's made 9 in a row. He struggled out of the gate. He's been great since games 2 through 6.
Look at the discrepancy, though, between Montreal, who's attempted 25 field goals.
I know, it's crazy.
And Edmonton, who has only attempted 11.
I know. Well, who moves the ball?
That's 14.
That's the opportunity for 42 points.
That's 42 points left on the field.
Well, right. So and that's another thing that the Elks don't get the ball. Rene Paredes for Calgary, maybe he's only tried 15. He's made 12, 80%, but he's been a perennial good kicker. Now, Brett Lowther for the Riders pretty much sucks.
He's having a rough year.
He's 16 for 23, 69.6%. But do you not look at that and say, that's some good kicking?
That is very good kicking.
Okay. So
they're kicking the crap out of them.
So why don't you love them?
Well, hey, I've been very high on Vincent Blanchard since week 1. He's been perfect since week 1. Perfect. So I have nothing but good things to say about him, especially in a market where the kicking has been dicey as of late. So yeah, and you know what, Reid? I was really looking to see Edmonton march the ball with under a minute left and get him to a point, because I've seen him kick. And what did Coach Killam say about his leg?
He's got a lot of leg talent.
Leg talent?
And that's even what I put on our lineup. We're talking about leg talent in the CFL.
And Reid, he's got it.
I wonder how close...
He can kick a 65-yarder.
So I wonder if they would have been on the Saskatchewan 52.
They're kicking a field goal.
They would have tried a 59, 60-yarder.
Well,
there's nothing to lose in that
nothing
situation.
to lose. I mean, do you think Cody can throw it 55 yards?
I mean, probably a field goal of that length is more likely than a Hail Mary to score a touchdown.
Exactly.
I mean, if you throw a Hail Mary, you're almost hoping for pass interference.
Yeah. No, I was hoping to get a real long bomb, like a 60-plus field goal, because he can do it. Like he'll kick I've seen him at practice kicking from the 40. It goes through the back of the end zone. That's a 20-yard end zone.
And he makes it? He's
like down the
accurate
pipe.
enough? Really?
Yes.
So he does have a lot of leg talent.
Consistently.
No, he still pulls
that's
to the left a little
practice,
bit, but yeah,
that's
it's
before
different.
practice. But when
It's different
everybody's
with
on
no
the field,
pressure and maybe there's the weather is obviously quite a big difference.
but
too.
he's got a leg.
Yes.
He can boot the ball.
Well, and we've seen. Mike is asking the CFL record for longest field goal. Is it 63 now? I thought it was up to 60. Oh, 62. Paul McCallum kicked a 62-yarder. Oh, no, it says 63. October 27th, 2001. Ridgeway had a 60-yarder. 63 yards. So now kickers have gotten better. Certainly in the NFL, they try it from longer and usually make it. But I just think, I know what your stance is. My impression is somewhat joking, but somewhat serious.
Yeah, of course.
Like as someone who played a very physical position, I get why you would be like, you see what I had to do today, buddy? Just put it through the uprights.
That's just it. Is you trot this guy out there after you've just, poured your heart into a series to move the ball into scoring, range. Here you've got a 29-yard chip shot.
Right.
And it's blown. And it's deflating.
Right. So if the offense gets him close, I mean, if Blanchard would have had a 57-yarder.
Yeah, if he misses that.
And he dings it off the upright, or you're like, you know what?
It sucks,
It
but
came
it's
down
still,
to you, but you didn't really fail. You
Exactly.
weren't in the best possible position.
Right. But it's those 34-yarders, the 23-yard chip shot.
Where you're like, just make it.
Just make it.
Yeah.
You have to. Right? You have to make those.
Well, and the great kickers rarely miss.
That's right. Look at Sean White. Perfect.
Right.
I mean, but that means so much to a team. Like, just think of having that kicker behind you and knowing, okay, we're within the 40. This is Sean White territory. No brainer. It's going through.
Well, I wonder how much that can affect play calling.
It
Like
can.
the 2nd and 3 on the 43, an offensive coordinator might think, okay, maybe I want to take a shot here. See if we can get him on 2nd down. If we can trick him like you were talking about. Okay, we've set up that we're going to run on 2nd and short. I'm going to take a shot.
Yeah, why not?
It's only the second quarter.
Yep.
Maybe I get 6 out of it. If not, I know Sean's going to bang it through from 47, 48. We'll still get the 3.
Exactly.
The missed opportunity for a possible touchdown isn't going to kill us yet. We'll still get something out of it.
There, you just said it.
Right.
Like that's very true. In knowing as an offensive coordinator that, okay, if we don't get it here, at least we're coming out with 3.
Right.
Right? There's a lot of confidence with that. And I think Vincent Blanchard is seems to have it dialed in. Like, remember I was there early at practice, and that's when the kickers are practicing a lot of these longer shots, because when the rest of the team comes on the field, they have to get off and they have to go to the end zone. But he was down the pipe, confident, and just, when you hear a golf shot that just sounds pure.
Yeah.
Or, he's just hitting it with a very pure foot. I would love to see him in more situations where he's got to.
It'd be nice
pressure.
if we got to see if he can nail a 52-yarder at the end of the half or something.
Exactly.
We were talking about moving the ball and field goals. So Leggio has kicked the most converts. He's 21 out of 23. Blanchard only has 14 convert attempts. Hyralahu and Ward only have 12 each. And imagine that. Edmonton, Toronto, and Ottawa are the 3 worst teams in the league, and they've scored the fewest touchdowns.
Well,
funny how that works.
Though,
Ward has 23 field goal attempts and Hyralahu has 20. And again, Blanchard only has 11. So, but there have been a couple games in which the Elks really didn't move the ball at all. That BC game, they had the 1 touchdown because they got an interception in the red zone, and then they got a touchdown late in the game. So they really weren't in the scoring zone against the Lions, the game at Commonwealth.
I must say a little bit of a discrepancy here in this is that Ottawa has attempted 23, scored on 19 of them, and has 11 converts. Good enough for fourth in the CFL in total points off of kicking. Whereas their standings would not agree with that.
They don't score a lot, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to crunch the numbers with the kickers.
You proved me wrong. I take it back.
Well, I don't know what I proved.
I'm going to get a shirt made that says, I love kickers.
I want to kiss a kicker.
Yeah, give me a kicker.
That's what you're going to say.
I should do that. That would be fun.
And then just meet up with your old buddies from the Golden Bears and the Wildcats. And be, who are you, Jay? Yeah. You changed, man. You used to be all about the defense, man.
Yeah. EST's changed you,
No,
bro.
you like those soft kickers. By the way, we are in the banquet studio. The banquet summer menu is here. Bacon-wrapped pickles, spicy Korean noodle bowls, cocktails like the Pink Lady and Blueberry Hibiscus Smash. Try now at the banquet. Get real. Play hard. We will do all right, so these words of the day I have coming up are extra hard.
Yes.
And they're children made them? Or children selected them?
Yes, correct. One of my children and one of my buddy's kids.
And they're what, 10-ish?
Yeah. This is between the ages of 10 and 14.
Are they listening right now?
Probably, bro.
Am I going to be humiliated? I might be.
No, they love the jingle. They love the victory sound effect.
That is a good one.
It is good.
I got to do another limerick that I wrote.
Sure.
Our move was of a minor distance, but great in impact on our existence. Roomy and bright, nasties take flight. So kind are their offers of assistance. Yeah.
That's very
There were people who were ready to come paint walls and vacuum and move dust and kill cockroaches and wrestle that giant rat. Oh, wait, that's a Wannock. That's awful. I love a Wannock. Why do I say that?
Yeah, we love the guy.
He's an incredible man. He's an incredible man. He organized the move single-handedly.
Yeah. He's amazing.
All right. You know who else is amazing?
The Coob.
Bottom of the fourth, the Jays lead the Orioles 2-0. 1 out for Baltimore. Eric Lauer pitching for the Jays with Adley Rutschman batting for Baltimore. A newly acquired Sir Anthony Dominguez is active for Toronto in the game after being traded from the Orioles earlier today in exchange for Warren Watts Brown. 5 other games are live, including the D-backs up 2-0 over the Tigers in the third, as the Yankees are down 2-0 to the Rays in the second. While back in Edmonton, the Riverhawks open their series against the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams. We join midway through the contest just after 8 o'clock. Elsewhere, ESPN's Adam Schefter has reported that Bengals star Trey Hendrickson is planning to end his holdout to report to camp tomorrow, having no deal agreed upon just yet. But not reporting to practice results in a $50,000 fine. For the Elks, Michael Baudrick hits the 6-game injured list with a shoulder injury, while Zach Mathis and Royce Metier missed practice earlier today. And according to EST's Tom Gazzola, Cody Fajardo took first team reps at practice, while Nick Anderson was absent from the field. Anderson, however, was not listed on the Elks injury report. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Joshua Fry-Sam from the Winnipeg Free Press. 3-3. There's more of a panic mode than there was last year's slow start. What's happening with the Bombers?
As Mike O'Shea said last week, is it the big things? Is it the little things that are concerning you? He said it's the amount of things. And it's the fact that they are happening over and over and over again. And in each scenario, they've been getting absolutely waxed on the field.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Coop, how do I know? Coop, how do I know when we're on? Now in the new studio, is there going to be a light?
That would be cool.
Will there be a light? Will there be an on-air light? That's what
So you can't see Coop?
I can see him, not as clearly as I could at the other place.
I have to lean.
I have to go out of my way to look at him.
I still can't get over his Buccaneers
Every
jersey.
time I look at
I like that jersey. Yeah.
I do too.
They have good jerseys. I like their color scheme that they
Me
went
too.
with. Yeah, well, you know, I like that deeper red burgundy.
Yeah.
Like,
And I like that style of NFL uniform. Whereas the new ones, the neck piece is much bigger.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Those ones are actually like just like a collar. You know what I mean? Like an elastic collar.
Oh,
It's one of the better jerseys. Yeah.
The new, and even the sheen to it. I love that sheen.
What did they
material.
call the gloss? They called it crimson and pewter. That's what they went with, right?
Did they?
When
But
they
there's a bit of
unveiled
orange
this.
there.
Yeah, the old creamsicle orange just inside the number as a homage to their previous.
And then they have
uniforms.
the gray pants, which show off their ass sweat all the time.
That's true, actually.
It's the worst pant in
We're
the
the
NFL.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, actually, no, the Dallas
we got
Cowboys.
the sweatiest asses in football. That's the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
Come to Green Bay, the frozen tundra. What will crack first, the Packers defense or the sweaty asses of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
That's so good. We should get that music.
Yeah, we need the. Then I could pre-tape. Then for all the Monday nighters,
Yes,
I could pre-tape.
yes.
I could tape something and we could play it.
Don't pre-tape it. Do it
Oh, you want me
live.
to do it live so you
And
wouldn't
just-
hear it ahead
we'll
of
just
time?
play that, and I'll have sound effects. I'll bring in a football, and I'll be.
And I have to like kind of say something weird about the teams or their uniforms or yeah.
That would be fun. That would be really fun.
But I
love Monday Night.
And I love, as you know, I love the Commanders look now.
Me too.
I just like how they went with that deeper red.
Did you see their new helmets this year?
No.
They went back to the triple stripe. Which
Down
is
the
like
middle?
down the white, the burgundy, the white, and the yellow.
And I like, as I've gotten older, I like logos that are simple. Well, they're going to have a white helmet this year. And I mean, I know, and I'm not going to get into the whole name change stuff because I'm so tired of that debate.
it's over.
They're called the Commanders.
Mhm.
And I like they just went with that big W on there.
Well, I actually liked the Washington football team. I did.
Do you think
I
they
thought
should have
that
just
was
stayed with
unique.
that? Just
Yeah.
WFT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually
Not
like that.
WTF, bruh.
Nah, bruh. But I do like the W logo. I really think
Yeah, I
that
like
stands
simple logo. I mean, a lot of football logos, especially on older teams, are a letter or letters.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the teams in the CFL have been around a long time.
What's the best helmet in the NFL? Or should we save this for an afternoon debate?
Yeah, we can think about it now. What's the best helmet in the CFL?
In the CFL? Ooh. Well, there's so many iterations now. But like honestly, this pains me to say, but the classic double E was good. Possibly great.
I like that they went bigger with it though.
Yeah.
It stands out
I like
more.
the little one inside the oval.
Okay.
But
fair
like
enough.
the classic Doug Flutie red helmet with the white stampeder or the white horse.
Yeah.
I mean, that's classic. That's classic.
Is the Red Blacks one the R in the buzzsaw still? I have trouble picturing them. I actually like what the Red Blacks did with their uniforms. I sort of, after a couple years, I was like, you know what? They got the lumberjacky thing. I know I kind of make fun. When I make fun of the name, I'm not making fun of the name. I'm making fun of the fact that they insisted in being in all caps.
Yeah, I have I have a time of day for the silver BC Lions with the orange lion logo. Like
the current BC kits are awful.
The BC on the helmet,
and the black with the black pants.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Or just, I mean, you can say I'm a very simple-minded person, but the W of a Winnipeg.
Yeah, simple.
The simple W.
The Argos should just go back to the giant A.
Right?
Isn't it on a shield now or something like that?
Yeah, it's like a Jason and the Argonaut boat.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
But remember the Rocket Ismail A?
Yes.
With the blue helmet,
Yes,
white A,
just the
white face mask.
gigantic A.
Ooh, that was...
I mean, the Packers just have a G. The Steelers don't even have anything on one side.
That's crazy. In today's
economy,
economy,
the Jets and the Giants have gone back. It either has NY or it has Jets or Giants or some like the simple. I remember when I was working in Lloyd, the CFL redid their logo, and it was the one where they had like the CFL with I think a maple leaf behind it.
Yep.
And a buddy of mine was like, "Why would they do that? It's so stupid. Like, why would they do something fancy?" I'm like, "Because a logo, they just want you to look at it and be
Simple's
like, oh,
better.
that's that. That's that."
I mean,
Dallas blue star on silver. Oh, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
There you go. I have been watching quarterback recently, and I saw Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in the white helmet. Like, I think the Cincinnati Bengals helmet, orange or white, is pretty darn good.
Oh, the stripes?
Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah, some a little different.
Yeah.
We are in the Banquet studio, craving a late night snack. Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu, Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet, get real, play hard. If you have been texting us throughout the afternoon, 780-218-9999. You've been using the afternoon inbox presented by River Caribbean Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. All right, let's wrap it up with a possibly diabolical edition of Words of the Day.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay. This is contributed by little Benny Sickler and I believe my daughter Grace.
That the
or Rose. I'm not
second
sure.
oldest one.
Grace is the oldest.
Oh, so
But I don't know if it was Rose or Grace or both of them or Brady. I don't know, but they were all a part of it. So thank you for stumping Reid.
In advance.
First word of the day, batrachology. Batrachology. Batrachology.
Well, you tell me to trust myself. BATRICOLOGY. Batrachology. Okay.
BATRACHOLOGY.
Oh, wow. Well, I was going to say that it was the study of bacteria, but now I'm not going to say that anymore. Does this have something to do with breathing and airways?
No.
Then I will need a sentence.
I don't have a sentence, bro.
Okay, then can I get a hint as to the definition?
Yes. So,
is it medical?
It's a branch of zoology.
It's a branch of zoology, so it's a study of probably a specific type of animal.
Correct.
I'm going to say that this is the study of animals with long necks, like giraffes. Uh-oh. Big incorrect, everybody.
Batrachology is the branch of zoology focused on the scientific study of amphibians, including frogs, salamanders.
Oh.
And what is this? Caecilians?
I don't know. I'd have to see it. By the way, Matthew Hyman sent in an AI-generated limerick as well. There was once a show, Romper Room, where kids danced and played in the room. With Miss Nancy so bright and her magic mirror sight, she'd see you at home, we'd assume. Well, AI loses a point for rhyming room with room.
Can't do that.
That's AI -1.
Yeah.
You ain't taking over the world if those are your limerick qualities, AI.
Got a long way to go, AI. Second word of the day, and sorry in advance. This is hard for me to even pronounce.
Okay.
Arachibutyrophobia. Arachibutyrophobia.
Arachibutyrophobia?
Arachibutyrophobia.
Rophobia.
Arachibutyrophobia.
ARR. You're already ready to buzz it, eh? ARRACHIBUTTIROPHOBIA. Was that even close?
No.
What was it?
ARACHIBUTYROPHOBIA. Arachibutyrophobia.
Okay, I'm going to assume you can't use it in a sentence, so I'm going to ask a couple questions.
So remember what I said.
Yeah.
So this refers to something.
Oh,
I'll help
right.
you. I'll help you because this is a tough one.
Does it have to do with arachnids?
No.
Okay.
This has to do with something you are very cautious of and aware of.
So this is the fear of peanuts.
Oh, you're so close.
Of tree nuts in general.
You were closer on the first one.
Is it just fear of all nuts?
It's very specific about peanuts in a
It's
certain
a fear
form.
of having an allergic reaction. It's a fear of peanut butter. Well, I don't know if that's a full point.
Dun, da, da, da.
Maybe 0.52.
Arachibutyrophobia
That's pretty good.
is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
Oh, okay.
And like
So
possibly choking.
I got maybe 0.25.
I'm going to give you a
4.
0.68
That's a fun word, though.
out of 4.
Well, thank you. I think that's
Arachibutyrophobia.
overly generous. That's a fun word, though.
That was a tough one.
Oh, this was a fun show. Tomorrow, we're going to meet the former EE, who's going to help you on Saturday and catch up with him. That's going to be fun. Who knows what else we'll talk about. Awesome first day in the new Global HQ for Edmonton Sports Talk. Thank you for being a part of it. On behalf of the Coob and the Glue Guy, I'm Reid. Have a pleasant evening.